like your chemicals, mama, I'm sure to handle now, yes I am. I try to speak loud in the words, but I'm a man with the greatest fear. Got to knock on me, but I love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I'm gonna prove every word I say. Advertise the love for praise, so you can bear with me. But one long time I deserve, tips in love. That little thing, let me light your chemicals, so mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes I am. Hey, hard to handle that. See, baby, here I am, a man on the scene. Give you what you want, but you got to bring it home to me. There's a good little love, and then I got a little more in store. When I get the baby falling on, know you'll be around for more. Boys run on, not to present. Touch and love, pretty little thing, let me light your chemicals, and mama, I'm sure I'll handle now, yes I am. Yeah, how do you handle that? Get it. Chemicals of mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes I am. Yeah, hard to handle that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, hard time. Now,
you out of my life, I'm so much better. Thought that I'd be weak without you, but I'm stronger. Thought that I'd be broke without you, but I'm richer. Thought that I'd be sad without you, I laugh harder. Thought I wouldn't grow without you, now I'm wiser. I'd be helpless without you, but I'm smarter. Thought that I'd be stressed without you, but I'm chilling. Thought I wouldn't sell without you, sold 9 million. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Keep on surviving, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Keep on surviving. Thought I couldn't breathe without you, I'm inhaling. Thought I couldn't see without you, perfect vision. Thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm on time. Should be over now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm gonna be here. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Keep on surviving, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it, I will survive. Keep on surviving. Wishing you the best, pray that you are blessed. Much success, no stress, and lots of happiness. Not gonna blast you on the radio. Not gonna lie to your family, no. Not gonna hate you in the magazines. Not gonna compromise. Not gonna diss you on the internet. No mama taught me better than that. I'm better than that. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. Keep on surviving. I'm a survivor. After all of the darkness and sadness, sun comes happiness. If I'm surrounded by positive things, I'll gain prosperity. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I will survive. I'm a survivor.
It's time for Lincoln Potters Baseball. Now let's potter up to the booth.
Hello and welcome back to McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California for another great evening of Lincoln Potters Baseball. My name is Mark the Phantom Lowe, and I'm here with Riley the Engineer. And tonight we welcome our Potters back home after a weekend that saw them take just one of three from their host, the Humboldt Crabs, in PEL play. As a result, they stand at 7-4 in league play ahead of their 4th of July meeting with the West Coast Kings right here at McBean. But tonight, it's another NorCal club in the other dugout as the Chico Nuts are in town for some Tuesday night baseball. Manager Tyler Robertson is sending Folsom Lake College right-hander Jake McCowan to the mound to try to get the Potters back on the winning track. And here's the Chico Nuts lineup that Jake McCowan will be facing. Check your screen out for Day, Stevens, and Story, the first three. Story DHing and pitching for the Nuts. Boschart, Ortega, Sable, and then Anderson, Giovannoni, and Jake Dahl at first base batting ninth. They're against the right-hander Jake McCowan, who's making his 7th appearance, his second start, no record, a 5 ERA, 9 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 11 walks, and 11 strikeouts. And he will face Day, Stevens, and Story here in the first inning as the Potters have a game tonight. And then tomorrow, I believe they go to Healdsburg to take on the Packers back here on Thursday for the game against the West Coast Kings. That is a PEL league game, and usually not a league game on the 4th of July, but this time it is. And then the Potters will take on the California Tigers in a 3-game series Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And as a reminder, every game this week except for Thursday will be a 7:35 start owing to the, I don't know if you noticed the temperatures outside, but they're a little bit on the warm side. So we said, hey, why don't we just start the game at 7:35? Okay? I'll probably miss Jeopardy that way, but that's okay. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Actually, that means I can watch Jeopardy and get here really quickly. And that's exactly what I did today. So that's what's happening. Now, on Thursday, 6:05 is the regular time because we have fireworks coming up after that game. So we'll start that at 6:05. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all those are scheduled for a 7:35 start. Check out LincolnPotters.com for tickets and more information. Thursday, I would imagine, is sold out. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday tickets available. And then next week, the Potters start an extensive, I think 13 of the last 15 games of the summer are in the PEL. So it'll be a bunch of league play after this weekend. Kinzer Day is going to start us off. Chico Nuts are made up mostly of 2023 and 2024 graduates from the North Country, Chico and Sutter and Orland, Las Plumas, etc. Shows bunt, takes it for a ball from McCowan. Kinzer's a 2023 graduate out of Chico High School. That one is in there for a strike, and we're even at 1-1. McGowan's, we said, 9 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, and 11 walks. Big, tall right-hander out of Sacramento, California. Pitched last year for the Folsom Lake College Falcons, I believe. That one is in there off speed. 1-2. Went down to 79 to put that in there today. He's followed by Cal Stevens and Zach Story. For the Chico Nuts here, the Potters getting back to the friendly confines of McBean Stadium. High for a ball, 2-2. Looking forward to later on in the game. Not really sure when we're going to clear space for this. The great Willie Preston's going to be on. Willie Preston, who introduced the person throwing out the first pitch today as saying, hey, it's me. Fouled off. He was out there on the field. He's not usually on the field with his little headset and everything while the game is starting. He's usually up here, complaining about something. He's out on the field, and all of a sudden he starts to walk out toward the mound. I said, it's just him and Zach Chamiso. And so I know Zach's not throwing the first pitch, and Willie didn't introduce himself. He introduced me. That's fouled off. Oh, it would have come right back to me if the screen wasn't there. 2-2. So Willie, great job on that pitch. Did not register on the TrackMan as far as the speed is concerned, but the location was perfect. And you did yourself proud, my young friend. So we'll be talking with Willie about something we got going on in a couple of days. That is fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kinzer Day starting us off here, top of the first. Just getting underway, a late start as we said. But Thursday will be 6:05. 2-2 pitch high and inside. Came in at 92 from McCowan, but missed the strike zone, so he goes 3-2 on Kinzer Day to start us off. That is in the dirt, ball 4. So Day will take a base on balls. He'll go down to first base. Gives us a chance, Riley, the engineer, to look at the Potters' defensive alignment here today. Tyler Antwine in left, Peyton Brennan in center, Jacob Doyle over in right. It's Tandy at third. Caius Gargett making his debut at shortstop. Jax Jimenez out of Whitney High School at second. J.T. Walden over at first. Ricky Maya behind the plate. And Jake McCowan on the mound. Day getting a pretty good lead over there immediately after getting the base on balls. Stevens at the plate as the shortstop, and the fastball is high and outside. Came in at 90 again, but high and outside. It is a 2 for Tuesday, and a nice crowd turned out today. Checking out, going, hey, 2 for Tuesday, I could do worse. And it's going to be cool. They got the tarp up, so it's not uncomfortable at all out here. And the beer stands are open. Shows bunt, pulls it back, the ball gets away, and going down to second base will be Day. Pitch, I believe, was called a ball, so it'll be 2 balls and no strikes. Parking lot Potters are out today. Of course, Don went to the beer stand. He went to the Brick and Barrel Backyard Beer Garden, and he has, to get back to a seat, he has to talk to at least 3 people. I think that's the rule here. If you're Don from Parking Lot Potters and you talk to fewer than 3 people going back to your seat, it wasn't really a very good trip, even if you have a beer when you get back. 2-0 now on Stevens with Zach Story to follow. And Don, a tremendous fan, Riley, the engineer. He's got a beer in each hand, one for his buddy down there. He's that kind of guy, though. Shows bunt again, bunts it back to the mound. McGowan has it. He'll go to first. Throws it in the dirt, and it gets past the first baseman into right field. 1 run will score, and Stevens is at second, thinking about going further, but backed up by Jake Doyle, and they throw it in. So Day scores the first run of the game. It's a sacrifice and an error on McCowan. First error, first run of the game, and that'll bring up Zach Story. I thought that Stevens did McCowan a favor because the ball was clearly high, and he still bunted it right back at him. J.T. Walden couldn't handle the throw as it bounced right in front of him. Goes down the right field line. Runner at second. Still nobody out, and Zach Story is the hitter. The pitcher, D.H., takes a strike. Zach out of Las Plumas High School. That last one at 91 from Jake McCowan. Stevens gets credit for the sacrifice, so it's not an official at bat for Cal. Outside gets away from Mayan and going down to third is Stevens. So rocky start for the Potters as they return home from the Humboldt trip. They had won the game 1 on Friday, lost game 2 in extra innings, then had a 4-1 lead going into the bottom of the ninth in game 3. Gave that up and lost the game in extra innings 5-4. So tough last couple of games for Lincoln. They had some great pitching performances up there. That's inside for a ball. Two and one. On the inside corner, call strike. Malachi Boschart, the third baseman, the number 4 hitter on deck. There's a nice shaved ice, probably just a large. That's not a mammoth one. Hit down to third base. A run was scored. It'll be a tough play for Tandy across the diamond to first, and he got him. So out at first base is Story. Good play by Tandy. Story will get credit for the RBI, though, as scoring is Cal Stevens. 2 runs in for the Nuts here in the first, and with 1 out, Malachi Boschart will be the hitter. Very slow grounder down to third. Good base running by Stevens to go on contact. He saw how slowly it was hit. And Tandy got it across the diamond in time to get Story. That one's popped up right side out of play from Boschart, who's out of Chico High School. He's followed by Jacob Ortega, the left fielder, the number 5 hitter. A walk, an error, and a ground out. A wild pitch and then a ground out. Swing and a miss, set a ball in the dirt. 0-2. Swinging and a miss, the high fastball got him at 92. First strikeout from McCowan, 2 outs. And it'll bring up Jacob Ortega, the left fielder. Jacob coming to us from Pleasant Valley High School, left-handed hitter. Another 2024 graduate. I'm sure some of these guys are headed to college. Community college don't have that information, though. Swinging a miss at the off-speed pitch from McCowan. 0-1. Landon Sable, the catcher, will follow if Ortega gets on. He takes that one outside. 1-1. The line drive into left field. That's over the shortstop head, base hit. Trying to cut it off as Antoine. He does. He'll get it in there, but it's a base hit by Ortega. First actual hit of the inning. He is down at first base with 2 outs, and Landon Sable, the catcher, will be the hitter. 2023 graduate, Sutter High School. Nuts wearing the white uniforms, got the blue on them, got a little bit of black piping underneath the arms. Not bad, pretty sharp, you know. Riley, what do you think? Okay, whatever. You know, why do you got to, everything I say, you just got to push back on. If I said they were on blue, you'd say they were white. If I said, you know, it's, I don't know if I can take it anymore. Have you ever seen the movie Network? Okay, check it out, and then the guy who does the speech at the end, that's the way I feel about working with you. That is over to first base. That was he did throw it to first base, right, Riley? Okay, good. Okay, I just want us to agree on something because it's top of the first inning. We're not doing well. Okay, I see, Mr. Comedy. I got you. Fastball on the inside. No, it's not on the inside corner. He gave the look to the right like he was going to signal strike, and he did not, so it's 2-0. That one at 87 from Jake McCowan. That one's lined into right center field. That'll be a base hit. That might get all the way to the fence. It's cut off by Doyle, but the runner coming around is Ortega. He's at third. He's going to be waved around the throw to the plate. He is safe as the ball gets away. And going to third will be Sable. And he might think about coming in as the ball is retrieved. Ortega kept on going. It's a nice cutoff throw for the Potters, but not in time when the ball got away, so Sable could go to third. He'll get credit for an RBI and a double. Second hit of the inning, third run scored. And that'll bring up Nick Anderson, the seventh hitter in the Dueling Dogs batter. If he strikes out, it'll be half price on Dueling Dogs. We already have 2 for Tuesday, so I don't know what else I can give these fans, you know. First pitch, nice block by Ricky Maya behind the plate. Keeps it from going to the backstop, so it is 1 ball and no strikes. Fans continuing to file in here to check this one out, and so far, just the top of the first. Couple hits, an error, a walk. Fastball misses outside. Anderson from Pleasant Valley High School as well, left-handed hitter, playing at second base. Takes that one outside. 3-0. Pulls it back. It's ball 4. So first and third now, still 2 outs. And that'll bring up Rylan Giovanni. Giovanni out of Sutter High School as well, playing in center field. Swing and a miss, set a ball in the dirt, 0-1. Gabe Maya loosening up for the Potters in their bullpen. See if Anderson decides to take off here. He does not. The pitch is outside, blocked by Maya. Gets behind him. Here comes the runner in from third. He is going to score, I believe. Yes, he does. The ball gets away again, and going to third is Anderson. 4 runs in. Anderson at third. Just a heads-up base running by Sable. Maya retrieved it, dove head first, just did not get there in time. The ball jarred loose, and heads up by Anderson, who goes all the way to third. 1 ball and 1 strike on the hitter, Giovanni. He's followed by Jake Dahl. That is a strike on the inside corner, so it is 1-2. Giovanni, the number 8 hitter in the inning for the Nuts, who have scored 4 times. Inside, that might have hit him. Yes, it did. So it's first and third again. And Jake Dahl, the number 9 hitter, the 9th hitter in the inning, will be the hitter. Jake out of Pleasant Valley High School, playing at first base for the Nuts. First pitch is in there for a strike. Nuts are managed by Brian Thomas, Ryan Watson, Tom Stevens, Mateo Martinez, and Walt Askia also assisting. There goes the runner. Now he bluffs, comes back. The ball gets by. Maya coming in from third. He will score, sliding across head first is Nick Anderson. Going to second, Giovanni. And it is 1-1 now on Jake Dahl, as the Nuts have put 5 up on the board here. And meaning at the mound, Tyler Robertson. It started off with a walk today. Then Stevens bunted it back to McCowan. He threw it away at first base. 1 run scored, and Stevens got to second. Went to third on a wild pitch, scored on a Story ground out. Then when Moschart struck out, it looked like it was settling down. Then Ortega and Sable. Ortega singled, Sable doubled him all the way around. A couple of wild pitches later, and we've got 5 runs in with 2 outs, and McCowan's going to leave. Emma comes out, the trainer, and it's like something physical. So that means that we'll have Maya coming in, it looks like, as Gabe was the one throwing. Let's see how long they give him to warm up. We're going to step away for just a second. We're just in the middle of the first inning. The Nuts have put 5 up on the board.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old man knocked on my front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had him by the collar, said he called.
New pitcher for the Potters here in the top of the first is Gabe Maya, making his 5th appearance, 4 innings, 1 hit. He has struck out 80, has walked 2, hasn't given up any runs yet, and he has no record, 0 wins and 0 losses. Out of Loyola Marymount, he'll take on Jake Dahl. He'll inherit a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Jake. Giovanoni is at second base, 2 outs. That's fouled back against the screen, so we quickly get to 1 and 2. Ricky Maya, the brother of Gabe, behind the plate. So the brothers' battery taken over. They finished one of the games earlier this summer. That was a tremendous sight. But right now, they just want to get the Potters out of this top of the first inning. 1 and 2 on Dahl. Misses outside with an off-speed pitch. Evens the count up 2 and 2. Scoreboard doesn't work all season. Then when the other team puts up 5, it says 5 right there. Isn't that ironic? Riley, the engineer. Like rain on your wedding day. That misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jake Dahl. Like a free ride when you've already paid. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you, doesn't that irk you? Oh, man. That is call strike 3 on the outside corner, much to Jake Dahl's dismay. So 5 runs, 2 hits. We leave a runner. We go to the bottom of the first. Nuts 5. Potters coming to bat.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Get a 4th of July Potters t-shirt and 4 Potters tickets. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Bottom of the first inning, Potters get a chance to try to break into that lead a little bit. The Nuts put 5 up on the board. Zach Story, the right-hander on the mound out of Las Plumas High School. He will face a Potters lineup, Riley the engineer, that we can show the people. Peyton Brennan starting us off. Jimenez hitting second, then JT. Tandy's been hot. He's the 4th hitter, batting over 400. Jacob Doyle has also been hot, batting 5th. Will Lindbergh's tonight's DH. Caius Gargett is the shortstop making his debut. Antwine and Maya round out the starting lineup for the Potters. And here's Peyton Brennan, who's hitting a nice even 400 so far out of Rockland, California, and UCLA. And unfortunately, they were missing a guy. Oh, now they got the right fielder out there. Cal Stevens, no, the shortstop. He had to go in and make some adjustments to something. But he is out there, and everybody's ready to go. And here's Peyton Brennan, left-handed hitting center fielder for the Potters tonight. Has a home run, has 3 runs batted in. Takes the high fastball, and it's 1-0. 86 from Zach Story on his first pitch. Peyton Brennan was, I believe, our last player of the game. Swings and misses at that one. 1-1. 3 for 4, a home run, a couple of runs batted in. Lifts that one up in the air, center field. Moving over is Giovanoni. He calls for it, calls the right fielder off, and makes the catch in medium deep right center field for the first down. So that'll bring up Jax Jimenez. Out of Whitney High School, the Sacramento Bee Metro Player of the Year this year, so that's how good Jax was. And he is 1 for 9 so far in his Potters stint. He is getting the start today at second base, left-handed hitter. Head of the University of Oregon. Takes Story's pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 1-0. Piper the Peacock on site, checking things out with Lauren the intern. Seated number 2 in the intern rankings. Carson solidified his number 1 spot by going to Humboldt and playing golf with Willie Preston. I mean, come on. Going the extra mile, I say. Grounded down the first baseline foul. I would hope Carson, helped Willie with his swing and stuff like that too, Whatever it takes to stay number 1. Although, I think Jason got me the lineups today, so there's a lot going on in the intern rankings. Outside for a ball, and Lauren's on the field today. She's doing the announcing on the field and hanging out with Piper. I haven't seen Nia yet. She's number 3. Number 4 is John. And then Jason right now sits number 5. There's a line drive to the right of second base into center field for a base hit. So Jack with his second hit of the season. A solid single up the middle. First hit for the Potters against Zach Story. And it'll bring up JT Walden. Left-hand hitting first baseman out of Sacramento. Hitting .304 with 4 home runs. Ties him for the team lead with Jake Tandy. And I believe Kate Parker might have 4 now. I'll have to look on my notes on that one. But JT's up here with Jimenez at first. That's Sales outside. JT also 23 runs batted in, which I believe puts him second behind Tandy's 28. That is high and outside. Jacob Doyle has 19. I think Cole Eaton has either 18 or 19. So a bunch of guys up at the top there, but Tandy's the leader, followed by JT, who has a 2-ball and no strike count now. Jimenez looks like he might want to go, and they thought so they're going to throw over to first base. Jake Dahl manning the spot for the Chico Nuts, who are off to a pretty good start in the top of the first. They scored 5. Grassy Knoll actually looks like a pretty cool place to hang tonight. Throw over to first again, and Jimenez is back. Just a couple of people out there right now because it's a very pleasant evening, and we'll also have the tarp over everybody. So it blocks the sun when it's out, and now it's pretty much down. That pitch is outside. 3-0. Story working with a 5-run lead. 2 hits, 2 walks, a hit batter, an error. A couple wild pitches all conspired together. JT takes the fastball right down the middle. 86 from Zach Story. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The umpire's trying to tell the scoreboard that it's 3 balls, not 2, but he doesn't know about our scoreboard. The friends of McBean know about our scoreboard. And we will put up a QR code later on. You can scan it and donate and help us get a new scoreboard out here at McBean Stadium. It's the next thing. Everything is going like clockwork. That's the next thing. 3-1 pitch is fouled off, 3-2. Umpire bounces out, gets the foul ball himself. If it was a 6:35 start, I don't think he would have done that. I think he would have been a little bit less spry, shall we say. But kudos to him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jimenez almost certainly will be going on the 3-2 pitch. There he goes. Pitch is popped up, out of play. Boschart, the third baseman, gave it one look and said, I don't think so. I think it's over there where I think it's the 10-year-old Little League All-Star tournament going on. Since I saw a car when I parked, it said Tri-City Little League 10-year-old All-Stars. Kind of where I took that from. Swing and a miss, off-speed pitch, and Walden is down on strikes. Jimenez did not go on that one. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Jake Tandy. Jake, 407 on the season. 4 home runs and those 28 runs batted in. He's out of UOP in West Sacramento, California, and he is the key. If the Potters want to put something up on the board here in the first, as the Nuts trying to do what Stones McCoy loves to refer to as the shutdown inning. Throw over to first, and Jimenez is back as the ball gets away, but not very far. That is, when you score, you shut down the opponent. It has, kind of double the sting, I think was his point. I don't know. He didn't, who knows? He was babbling, but I think he had a good point in there somewhere. There's a line drive right at the shortstop, handled by Stevens, and that is the inning. We go to the top of the second inning. Nuts on top, 5-0. Gabe Maya back out of the mound for the Potters. He came on to relieve McCowan in the top of the first, struck out Dahl to end the inning. Nuts did score 5 times, though. They lead it 5-0. And Gabe will face the top of the order here in the second. It'll be Kinzer Day, Cal Stevens, and Zach Story. Left-hander on the mound. Ricky Maya, his brother, behind the plate. Good crowd out here on a Tuesday. Like I say, very enjoyable. Turned out to a very enjoyable experience as far as weather-wise. 5-0 deficit does not really sit well with Potter fans, but they'll have some time to try to catch up on that. Tandy retired. He hit the ball right on the nose, but right at Cal Stevens at shortstop. Here's Kinzer Day, who walked and scored in the top of the first inning, so no official at-bats for Kinzer. Comes to us from Chico High School, out in right field for the Nuts, up against the left-hander Gabe Maya. The fastball misses outside, 1-0. Gabe right about 83 miles an hour with that one. Inside corner evens the count of 1-1 strike. Thursday night, Potters are back here, taking on the West Coast Kings in a PEL game. 6:05 first pitch, and then fireworks, of course, afterwards. Down the middle, strike 2. If you don't have tickets, I think they're probably sold out, although you never know. Some people would say it's going to be too hot. I'll give my tickets, sell my tickets back or something. You can probably still get tickets. That's high for a ball. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, California Tigers are in town. Those games all beginning at 7:35. So you can get to LincolnPotters.com for ticket information for those. Sails that one in there and thought he had strike three, and so did I, and so did the guy sitting in front of me right there. And and so did our track man. So there's a lot of people who agreed with you, Gabe. 3-2 pitch swung on a miss, and the universe righted itself that time. And Day is out on strikes. One out, and Cal Stevens is our hitter. Cal bunted back to McGowan to sacrifice back in the first inning. The ball was thrown away at first base, so he ended up at second base. Got credit for the sacrifice and later scored. So Cal up here with one out. Takes an off-speed pitch, drops in for a strike, 0-1. Same thing, that's hit out to left field. Moving over a little bit is Antoine, and Tyler reaches up and makes the catch. Almost ran too far to his right, but he makes the catch. Second out quickly here for the Nuts in the top of the second inning, and Zach Story, who had an RBI ground out back in the first inning, picked up the second run of the inning when he scored Stevens with his ground ball to Tandy. He's up here with two outs. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Gabe from the windup. That one's lifted out into center field. Going back is Peyton Brennan. Going toward the fence, makes the catch. So hit pretty well by Story, but a long out, 1-2-3 from Maya. We go to the bottom of second. Nuts still on top by 5.
This job is the Esplanade Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Bottom of the second inning, Piper running a very poor fifth to a great race, actually. Brooklyn and somebody else were almost tied and a photo finish, but then Piper, I don't know, was standing out at second and didn't realize that it started. Riley, I didn't really see what Piper is. Inattentiveness has been a little problematic lately, but they probably wouldn't have won anyway. The first two were running way too fast. Jacob Doyle will start us off with Lindbergh and Caius Gargett. The first three for the Potters, 5, 6, and 7 as they face a 5-0 deficit against the right-hander Zach Story. Doyle at 342 coming in. Ball goes down to second base, and we're just about ready to go. Jacob Doyle coming to the plate. Hearing from the youngest fan out there checking us out today, great John Parker out of Roseville, California, checking us out in the comfort of his own home. We thank you for watching us, John, on YouTube, Lincoln Potters Baseball, or Stones Broadcast Networks. First pitch is in there for a strike. We thank all of you who have been following us all season long with great numbers, great views, especially Medford and Humboldt, and everybody has been just tuning in to check out these games. Swing and a miss by Doyle, 0-2. So John's doing his part. We appreciate that. Riley even appreciates that. Doyle takes outside. 1-2. Will Lindbergh to follow. Jacob out in right field today out of University of Nevada, Reno. Zach Story on the mound. Hit sharply but foul down the third base line. Further example of why we need a new scoreboard. Riley, you can see better than me. Doesn't look like they put 6 runs up for the other team in the first inning, so they added another run to them. Line drive, center field, base hit. So Doyle gets the second hit of the game for the Potters. A sharp single up the middle, and that'll bring up Will Lindbergh, who is the DH tonight. Will hitting at .261 out of Gold River, California. And Cal State Northridge with 3 runs batted in on the season. Doyle, who likes to run at first base, and Lindbergh settles in, the left-hand hitter. And there goes Doyle. It's an outside fastball. He's going to slide in. He'll be safe easily at second base. Did he stay on the base? Yes, I believe he did. All right. So Jacobs hits second. Pitches a ball to Will Lindbergh. So it is 1 ball and no strikes. Caius Gargett, the newcomer from University of Kentucky, on deck. Will takes down low for a ball, 2-0. Bottom of the second here from McBean Stadium. Nuts came up with 5 runs in their half of the first. They lead at 5-0. Potters have Doyle at second, nobody out. And Lindbergh now 3-0. Piper the Peacock with this security detail. Walking around behind home plate, gyrating, and acting like he didn't just get dusted by like a small child. It's a high fastball again, and Lindbergh will take the base on balls. First walk issued by Zach Story. Potters have first and second and nobody out, and here is Caius Gargett, the shortstop out of Anderson, Indiana, and the University of Kentucky. Left-handed hitter up here with nobody out. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. I said that with some trepidation, but it is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyler Antwine to follow, then Ricky Maya. Swing and a miss. Fastball by Story, 88. That is Zach's probably his most velocity so far tonight. And he's ahead in the count, 1-2 on Gargett. Chops it foul, an off-speed pitch. Over toward Antwine on the on-deck circle. Tyler handles it flawlessly. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the second inning. Hits it sharply foul, that time further down the line toward the Potters dugout. Scatters everybody and ends up on the field. Or some nondescript guy just walks out and gets it. I like that. It's the kind of night it is. You can just come to the game, all of a sudden you're the foul ball retrieval guy on the field. It's great. That's in the dirt. 2-2. Potters have somebody who looks like warming up in the bullpen. They brought Gabe Maya in a little bit earlier than they usually do, and Gabe only throws 1 inning at a time usually. That's outside. Full count on Gargett. It looks like that the right-hander out there trying to get loose before he starts taking up some warm-up throws, so maybe he's still an inning away. We'll see. Still early in the bottom of the second here. That is ball 4. So a couple of walks after the Doyle single. And with the bases loaded, here's Tyler Antwine out of Somas, California, headed to Fresno State University. 6'2", 220 for Tyler. He's out in left field for the Potters today, looking for his first hit of the summer. Ricky Maya on deck. Antwine takes an off-speed pitch on the inside corner. It's like Liam Golden getting ready out in the Potters pen. 0-1. Antwine swings and fouls that one back to the screen, so it's quickly 0-2 on Tyler. Doyle, Lindbergh, and Gargett on the bags for the Potters here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss. Antoine's out on strike. Second strikeout for Zach Story, and with one out now, here is Ricky Maya. Ricky just 0 for 5 on the season, looking for his first hit. Out of Folsom Lake College, Mr. Ricky Maya. Has a nice rooting section here, and he takes that breaking ball in there for a strike on 1. So Story got the bases loaded, then gets the strikeout of Antoine and immediately gets ahead of Ricky Maya. Peyton Brennan, the top of the order, on deck. Hits it to left field and hits it pretty well. Going back is Ortega, still going back, reaches up, he makes the catch. A run will score as Maya delivers the sacrifice fly and plates the first run for the Potters. And they now trail it 5-1 as Doyle crosses the plate. So Maya doesn't get his first hit, but he does get his first RBI. Runners now at first and second. Everybody else held their spots. And here's Peyton Brennan. Flied to center his first time up in the top of the first. Came in at 400 with a home run and 3 runs batted in, and he could make it a lot closer if he could make that 2 home runs. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1 on Peyton Brennan. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Lifted left side. Coming in is Ortega. Going out is the shortstop. Ortega makes the catch running in toward the infield. And the Potters score 1 in the second. We go to the top of the third. Potters trail at 5-1.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Top of the third inning, Potters trail at 5-1 in the middle of the fill the bucket game where you put the sponge in the bucket, then go squeeze it into the other bucket on the head of your teammate. One team of Lincolnites and one team is Hudson Brown's dad and brother. So there's a little bit more rooting going on down here as Hudson Brown, dad and brother, out of Olive Branch, Mississippi. So this sounds like something that would be fun on a Friday night, and we have a winner. And it's not Hudson and, oh, geez. That would have been nice if they would have let the other guys win, don't you think, Riley the engineer? Well, I mean, if the Lincolnites know the Lincoln water, so they probably had a little bit of an edge on the guys coming in from Mississippi. So I can, I guess, see why they took the win. But they were actually quite impressive. And that wraps up another riveting fill-the-bucket game from here at McBean Stadium. Gabe Maya still out on the mound for the Potters. He's gone 1 in the third inning. Struck out 2, and he'll face Malachi Boschart. Malachi struck out his first time up. Out of Chico High School, right-handed hitter. Lines that one into left field right in front of Antoine for the base hit. Just the third hit of the day for the Chico Nuts, and that'll bring up Jacob Ortega, who singled in the first inning. Hit a line drive over the shortstop's head into left center field, later scored on the double by the on-deck hitter Landon Sable. So Ortega out of Pleasant Valley High steps up here 1 for 1 on the night with a run scored. Boschart over at first. The left-hander Maya checks him, comes to the plate, shows bunt. It's bunted up in the air. Maya's going to catch it. He's going to have to hurry at first base. He throws it away down the right field line. Doyle's trying to follow the second baseman, running it all the way out. Boschart's going to round second. He'll make third easily as the ball comes in to the infield. And the ball almost gets away on the infield. So another throwing error by the Potters as Ortega's bunt is handled. But another throwing error on the pitcher. A different pitcher this time, and going all the way over to third is Boschart. Second error for the Potters in the first 3 innings. And now he is 90 feet away with Landon Sable at the plate and just 1 out. Sable with the RBI double. Later scored on a wild pitch back in the first inning out of Sutter Union High School. Right-handed hitter. Potters playing the infield back. Fastball misses outside. Ricky Maya behind the plate. Gabe Maya on the hill for Lincoln. Breaking ball misses. 2-0 now. Nick Anderson on deck. Misses outside, 3-0. That one is in there for a strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Popped up right side, probably going to get out of play. Ricky gives it a thought, but he gets back in there. Full count now, though, 3-2. With Boschart still down at third base. Three balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball high and inside, ball 4. First walk issued by Maya. Puts runners at first and third. Still just 1 out, and Nick Anderson's the hitter. Nick is the dueling dogs batter, which means if he strikes out, half off dueling dogs the rest of the inning. But more importantly, he's up here with runners at first and third. You know, I care a lot about the fans, Riley, with this dueling dogs batter, 2 for Tuesday. But when you're down 5-1, I got to get the game. We got to take care of the game first, okay? Can't worry about that. You've already got 2 for 1 if you need it, okay? Anderson takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Rylan Giovannoni, the center fielder, on deck. A lot of people coming back to their seats with street tacos from Javi down there in Mi Ranchito. Fantastic choice, might I say, but you could try the quesadillas. Outside corner, call strike 2. If you can get an out and half off dueling dogs at the same time, Raleigh, I guess I would be for that. Here's the 0-2. Lined over the shortstop's head. It's going to drop in for a base hit. A run will score. Stopping at second is Sable, and 6-1 in favor of the Nuts. Almost got the strikeout, almost got the out, but Anderson just dropped that one in a perfect spot in left center field. So 6-1 now, first and second, still just 1 out. And Giovannoni is the hitter. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Rylan out of Sutter High School. Takes a breaking ball inside, 1-0. Potters 23-6 on the season, 7-4 in Pacific Empire League play. Fastball outside corner for a strike. After tonight, they go to Healdsburg to take on the Prune Packers and then come back to face West Coast Kings. That's 2 league games in a row, then 3 against the Tigers, then the Packers for 3 and the Rogues for 3 up in Medford. So a tough week next week for the Potters. 6 big games from the PEL. Outside for a ball. Two balls, 1 strike. Giovannoni, the right-hand hitting center fielder. Lifts that one foul out of play to our right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-1 Nuts. We're in the top of the third inning. And there are all the games this week except for Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 7:35 first pitch to make it more pleasant. If tonight's an indication, it is far more pleasant right now, except for the score, of course. There goes the runner. The pitch is down low and no throw is made. It's a double steal for the Nuts, and they now have runners at second and third. And a 3-ball, 2-strike count on the hitter, Ryan Giovannone. Swing and a miss. Maya gets the big strikeout. Still just 2 outs, but here's Jake Dahl, who struck out his first time up to end the first inning. He is 0 for 1 in this one. From Pleasant Valley High School, left-hand hitting first baseman. Runners at second and third. Breaking ball misses the inside corner, 1-0. Top of the order, Kinzer Day to follow. Nuts have scored 1 in this inning, but they have runners at second and third. Dahl swings and misses at a high fastball. Got a late start at that one. Couldn't catch up. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one is down low for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nuts have 4 hits. Potters have made 2 critical throwing errors, 1 by each pitcher. McGowan in the first and Maya here in the third. 2-1 pitch. Did he go around? I believe he did, and the umpire agrees with me. 2-2. Big slider from the left-handed Gabe Maya. Gabe out of El Dorado Hills, California. Foul ball down the left field line. Chasing is Tandy, still chasing, but it's grassy knoll area bound. Hits the sidewalk out there. Looks like Andrew Ballantyne loosening up for the Potters. Probably see Andrew come in the top of the fourth. Two balls, 2 strikes on Dahl. Check swing, didn't get it. Maya looks around behind him and finally finds the ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Five in the first and 1 here in the third for the Nuts. Potters came up with 1 in the second on the Maya sacrifice fly, Ricky Maya. But the Nuts quickly come back and score 1 here in the third. Keep the deficit at 5 runs. 3-2 pitch coming up to Dahl. Grounded down the first base line and foul. So Jake will get another chance with another full count. Sable down at third. Anderson at second. Three-2 pitch. Lifted out towards center field. Right center, Peyton Brennan has a beat on it and makes the catch for the out. So 1 run scores for the Nuts here in the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Nuts 6-1 over the Potters.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Bottom of the third inning, Nuts on top 6-1. Jax Jimenez, JT Walden, and Jake Tandy. The first three hitters for the Potters against the right-hander Zach Story, who's given up 2 hits and 1 run in his first 2 innings. He has struck out 2, and he has walked 2. So the right-hander will face Jax Jimenez, who lined a single his first time up. So he is 1 for 1 tonight. Second hit of the season for Jax, making a rare start. Out of Whitney High School, the Sac-B Metro Player of the Year in high school baseball, and it covers a lot of area. So Jack steps in, headed to University of Oregon. And takes a breaking ball outside and low, 1 ball and no strikes. Inside, 2-0 quickly on Jax. Andrew Ballantyne still loosening up. Got to think that's probably it for Gabe Maya. 3-0 on Jax. Takes that one down the middle, so it's 3-1. Story as high as 88 with the fastball. That one about 84 from Zach. Ball 4. So Jax is on for the second time. And with nobody out, JT Walden comes to the plate. No activity as of yet for the Chico Nuts in their bullpen. JT struck out his first time up back in the first inning. Comes in with 4 home runs and 23 runs batted in. And a .304 batting average. Takes a high fastball, 1-0. Jake Tandy to follow. Potters trailing it by 5. We're just in the third, though. Jimenez at first via the walk. They're going to throw over to first base as Jimenez went once back in the first inning. And then the ball was fouled off. He had to come back and then did not go. He goes now. That ball's outside. The throw to second. It's not going to be in time, and Jax is in there with the head first slide. Just a little bit too long for Sable getting rid of the ball, I think, here, as Jimenez with a good jump. But the ball had to be perfectly placed, and it was a little bit to the shortstop side of second, so Jimenez steals second, and Walden with a 2-ball, no-strike count on JT. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that one at 74. So it's 2-1. That's it sharply. It's shortstop by into short left center field. Here comes Jimenez around third. He'll score easily. Walden picks up the RBI single, and the Potters trail just 6-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. JT with his 24th run batted in the season, 3rd hit for the Potters. 6-2 is the count, and here's Jake Tandy, who lined out to shortstop his first time up. And try by Stevens out there. Thought he might have a chance to knock that one down, but it got by him. Walden with the inside-out swing from the left side, and he is now down at first base. Tandy takes outside for a ball. 1-0 on Jake out of West Sacramento, California. Comes in at 4:07. It's a sharp grounder down to third, scooped up at third by Bosjar. Throws a second, throws it away. It's into right field. Picked up out there by Day. It's a throwing error, and the Potters have runners at first and second. First error for the Nuts, and the Potters are in good shape here with runners at first and third, and Jacob Doyle, who hit a sharp single his first time up. 1 for 1, came in at 342. Still nobody out. The Potters escaped perhaps a double play right there. Jake takes on a strike on the inside corner. He did not really concur with that, but his objection was duly noted and then rejected by the umpire. 0-1. Swings and misses at that one. Pulled the string twice on that one. 0-2. Walden down at third. Over at first is Jake Tandy. There's a little blooper into right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Tandy's going to round second. He's going to stay there. It's an RBI single for Doyle, and suddenly it's 6-3 in favor of the Nuts, and still nobody out here for the Potters in the third inning, and Doyle picks up RBI number 20 for the season with that base hit. Fourth hit for Lincoln, and here is Will Lindbergh, who got a base on balls back in the second inning. Still no activity for the Nuts in their bullpen. A walk, a single, an error, and a single. Lindbergh takes a ball, 1-0. Will from Gold River, California, Cal State Northridge. Caius Gargett, the shortstop, on deck. It's in the dirt, gets away. A wild pitch is going to allow both runners to move up. Tandy now at third, Doyle at second. Two balls and no strikes on Will, who has 3 runs batted in, inning 261 coming in. Line drive, base hit right field. 1 run will score. It's hit too hard, I think, for Doyle to try to score. But it's a sharp single by Lindbergh, scoring as Tandy. Will picks up his 4th run batted in. 3rd hit for the Potters in the inning, 3rd run. And here comes Caius Gargett, his 2nd appearance for the Potters. Walked in his 1st appearance. He's out of Anderson, Indiana, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Nuts, but it doesn't look like they have anybody warmed up, although Story is the pitcher and the DH, and so they may have somebody else who can come in. Potters got the walk to Jimenez. He stole 2nd. Walden scored him with a single. Tandy hit a ground ball to 3rd. It was thrown away at second base. Everybody's safe. Doyle delivers a RBI single, and Lindbergh does the same. And suddenly it's 6-4 in favor of the Nuts. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning here from McBean Stadium. First game of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this week for the Potters. The remaining 4, one at 6:05, that's Thursday, and then 7:35 for the weekend series against the California Tigers. Meeting at the mound is over, and here is Caius Gargett. University of Kentucky by way of Anderson, Indiana, which sounds like a very nice American place. Anderson, Indiana. Sitcoms in the 50s could have been set in Anderson, Indiana. Story checks the runner at first. That's Will Lindbergh. He's a threat to take off. He doesn't go, and Gargett takes it down low for a ball, 1-0. After this pitch, Riley, let's take a look at defensive alignment. I don't think we ever did that for the Chico Nuts. There goes the runner, and the ball's hit well into left center field, giving chase is Giovannone. He's got it. It'll be a sacrifice fly as Lindbergh goes back to first. Gargett gets his first RBI as a Potter. Scoring is Doyle, and it's now 6-5 in favor of the Nuts. And Tyler Antwine's the hitter. And let's take a look at Ortega in left, Giovannone in center, Kinder Day in right, Boschard at third, Stevens, Anderson, Dahl. Behind the plate, Landon Sable, and on the mound is Zach Story. Thank you, Riley. Here's Antwine, who struck out his first time up. Tyler hits that ball high to left center field and medium deep. Giovannone comes over, makes the catch for the out. Halfway for Lindbergh, and he goes back. So 2 outs now for the Potters here in the 3rd. They've scored 4 times. And Ricky Maya will be the hitter. He had a sacrifice fly his first time up. Ricky looking for his first hit, but he does have an RBI after that sacrifice fly back in the second. Got the Potters on the board. The throw to first, and I think that's a good thing they did because I think Lindbergh was taken off again. And he got back just in time. Maya, the 8th batter to hit here in the inning. Peyton Brennan on deck. Throw over to first again, and Lindbergh is back. There he goes. It's outside. He'll go all the way back to the backstop. So Lindbergh gets credit for the stolen base. He is at second base. Pitch is outside for a ball. So it's 1-0 on Ricky. One ball, no strikes. Maya swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. Evens it up 1-1. Potters have scored 4 times on 3 hits, 1 key error for the Nuts, which seems to be a key component in this game on either side. That's a wild pitch going to third is Lindbergh. Wild pitch is also a big factor in this game so far through 2 2/3 innings. So Maya up there with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Swings and misses at that one. Another off-speed pitch by Story, even to count at 2-2. Crowd settling into a very pleasant evening out here at McBean Stadium. A back-and-forth game, to say the least. That ball's hit out in left field. Coming on this time is Ortega. Still coming on. He'll make the catch on the run, and that's the end of the inning. Potters score 4 times. We go to the 4th. They trail by 1.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Welcome back to the top of the 4th, a back-and-forth game. Potters trailing this one 6-5. Andrew Ballantyne's the new pitcher, and we welcome into our broadcast booth. Well, not really into our broadcast booth because he's always here. The great Willie Preston. Willie, how you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing pretty good.
Willie Preston, who threw out the first pitch. And have you ever introduced yourself before like that? What was the reasoning behind that?
I have never introduced myself heading out to the mound because, well, that was the first time I've ever thrown out the first pitch.
And you threw a perfect strike.
Thank you very much. It might have been slow, but it got there.
It was a little
line.
slow. I know slow. I'm an old man, and that was slow. But it was right down the middle.
Appreciate that. That was
a call
the key.
Third strike.
That
so
was
that's
the key,
thing.
and it was quite the honor. I had Lincoln's own Zach Chamiso behind the plate,
yes.
and I had to call him out. I mean, he was a former student of mine, so
yeah, I
had
saw
to
that.
Make
that
sure
was nice.
I called that out. It was very cool. Zach, great student.
Okay, one of the reasons I have you here is because you're the great Willie Preston. But the second thing is you've roped me into doing something that looks like in a couple of days, Thursday at 6:05, obviously the Potters take on the West Coast Kings in the 4th of July game out here. But before that, about 9 hours before that, you got me doing something almost civic-minded.
You know, this is the tradition here in Lincoln for the morning. We are going to be doing a parade downtown, and I better jam over here real quick. But
okay.
We're going to be doing the parade, both of us announcing. So
there you go.
We'll be back.
Willie Preston will be back at some point. He's really busy. He's got to say the batter, who is Kinzer Day. And he's got a lot of things on his plate, you know. The guy's busy. Day shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball high. So Ballantyne is the new pitcher. Gave Mayo 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Shows bunt, pulls it back again, and it is called strike. Ballantyne from Ceres, California, and Fresno State University. Making his 7th appearance of the season. That's a good-looking fastball for a strike. 10 innings, 11 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 6 walks. He has no wins and 1 loss. So Andrew out here to face the Nuts in the top of the 4th. Top of the order, Dave Stevens and then Story. High fastball. 2-2. Dave's walked and struck out, so Kinzer is 0 for 1, did score a run back in the first inning. Breaking ball's hit right back off the glove of Ballantyne out to shortstop, picked up by Gargett. Over to first, he got him by a step. Good play by the new shortstop Gargett for the first out. That's scored 1-6-3. And Cal Stevens will be the hitter. Stevens reached on an air sacrifice in the first inning and then flied to left. So Willie started to tell about the Lincoln Annual Independence Day Parade, 4th of July, brought to you by Lincoln Area Chamber of Commerce and the City of Lincoln. He is the MC for the event, but they added another viewing station, and, well, yes, the Phantom is the backup announcer guy, okay? The second station. I don't get first station, of course, but second station, if you're over there where I got to find out from Willie where I'm supposed to be, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zach Story to follow. Cal Stevens the hitter. Fastball misses outside. Cal out of Chico High School. Are you hooked up, Willie? You ready to go? All right, let's do it, man. I know you got like 7 headsets on. You don't know who you're talking to, where you're talking.
When in doubt, 2 mics.
So the Chamber of Commerce, the City of Lincoln, it's a huge deal. I don't know how many years they've had the parade, but it's at least 20. I know that because I used to go to it 20 years ago when I moved here.
You know, I mean, going back, we've seen records going back all the way into the 50s, the 40s, the 30s. Of course, the park, you know, as we know, it only goes back into the 40s. But
yeah, so it's all a part of the whole day. I mean, you got the parade coming, everybody comes to McBean Park, spends the day here. We got all kinds of merchants and everything that are open for shopping. The restaurants are open downtown. Everything's happening. And then we've fallen over to McBean Stadium for the game between the Kings, West Coast Kings, and the Pirates. And then we've got fireworks, which is presided over mostly by Willie Preston.
Well, little morning, little night. I mean, I'm around. Have speakers will travel. That's my motto. But the Chamber of Commerce, they've been really in control of the parade for quite a long time with, of course, the help of the city. We have expanded our operations now to include multiple announcers booths. So I've been doing it for the last, I don't know, probably 15, 20 years there at the Civic Center. And, you know, we reached out. We had to bring in, just a couple more legends here. So Phantom, we asked, and Phantom said yes. And so, folks, if you want to hear the Golden Pipes, the Phantom himself, he's going to be right there at the corner of 6th and F Street.
Yes, absolutely.
In front of the Art League of Lincoln, across the street from City Hall. That's where he's going to be. I'll be at 5th and E.
There you go. So you're 5th and E, I'm 6th and F. Zach Story with a single to left field with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. So they're going to hear you, and you're going to tell them what's going on. And by the time they get to me, they got to go half a block or a block away. I'm out of earshot of you. Okay, so they're going to my people will be my people.
Absolutely.
You send them off from your place, but then I have to take over.
You know, and there's events downtown where we'll do like sound for the whole town, but you can't do a parade that way.
Can't do a parade that way.
You're looking at something right in front of you, and if I'm announcing something a block away, that's going to really confuse the viewer. So wherever you're going to be, you're going to hear one of us, and it's going to probably sound awesome. There you go. That's my motto.
That sounded awesome. A pickup, but unfortunately, Walden was surprised, just like the runner. The ball goes into right field, and Story will go over to third base. So he had him picked off, but J.T. Walden also didn't know what was going on, and Story will go to third. That's the third throwing error by a pitcher for the Potters today, and it gets Story over to third base with 2 outs. Well, Willie, I mean, you've done it for a long time, so how many separate floats or entries, how many different people are we going to announce coming down the street?
That is a fantastic question.
I know.
do not know. I mean, I don't think it's
ballpark
100.
me.
I mean, let me see. We've got a lot on the list. Well, it goes to 94, but it's not exactly numbered correctly. You know what? I think it is by 10. So let's say in the 90 ballpark.
In the 90s. So I'm going to be there a while is what you're telling me, okay?
It's going to be a while, but, it is a fun event. A 9 a.m. start, a little
Yes.
bit earlier, so you're not going to be out sitting, roasting.
Right.
We got a lot of trees along the streets
Absolutely.
of downtown Lincoln. Of course, the parade is going to be staged along McBean Park Drive, so there will be a little traffic issue. Don't try going down McBean. The road's
Right.
going to be closed all day long. But the parade will start at 5th and A Street and then go all the way westbound up 5th to F Street, make a right turn on F, head right past Bierman Plaza, and then head to 6th Street, take a right turn on 6th. That's where you're going to be. At
That's
6th
where I'll
and
be,
F,
6th
and
and F,
then,
baby.
all the way back down to A Street to its conclusion. So you got a long way to go if you want to watch the parade.
Yeah, I remember when we used to go down there like 20 years ago when we first moved, it was like going down 5th Street was basically along 5th Street, and that was it. But now it's way more intricate than that. So we've got first and third now as Boschard is hit by a pitch. Story is still over at third, and Jacob Ortega, the hitter, he is singled and popped out to the pitcher trying to bunt. Takes an outside fastball, 1-0. 2 outs quickly for the Nuts here in the fourth, but then the single by Story. The mix-up at first base allowed him to make it to third, and then Boschard hit by a pitch. That one catches the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. So, the basic thing to tell, Thursday is going to be amazing. The parade starts at 9 o'clock. You just detailed the route. Willie just detailed the route for you. Go over to first base, and this time everybody's ready for it.
It is going to be fun, and of course it's a full day. McBean Park Drive will be closed all day, but we're going to have vendors starting up about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's great.
And then, of course, music going all the way up until the time of fireworks.
And you're under your professional name of Professor Rockola. You're doing that?
No, I'm not DJing over there. I'm not.
Okay,
because
I just like I know.
I'm just hanging out here with you.
Oh, right on.
Enjoying the game against the West Coast Kings.
That's right. That'll be a 6:05 start. So Willie Preston and Willie Preston will be the MC. I will be at the second station at 6th and F, which is right by City Hall, which is where I should be anyway.
The legend.
I should be in city government anyway.
Absolutely.
That's outside for ball. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate it, man. I'll see you
I'll
see you the rest of tonight, obviously,
of course.
And then I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, please don't go anywhere. I
got
cannot
to
do
stay
your
here
job right now.
Well,
Thanks.
Riley the engineer could do it. I mean, obviously, Riley the engineer and Carson would be a great team. That is outside block. Nice play by Ricky Maya. Full count here on Jacob Ortega. Potters trail 6-5. Popped up right side. Walden giving chase. It looks like it might get out of play, though. And it does, down on top of the kiln area, the VIP, on that tarp. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. First time I've ever interviewed somebody wearing 2 headsets, Riley the engineer. It's a different look, I will say that. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. So a hit, an error, but the Potters get through the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. They trail by 1.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Our thanks to Willie Preston for stopping by. We will see him on Thursday, 9 a.m., as he said. The Lincoln Chamber of Commerce and City of Lincoln putting on the annual Independence Day, 4th of July parade. It is a huge deal, and when we first moved to Lincoln like 20-something years ago, we used to go all the time. Then the kids got older, we got lazier. And now I'm back, probably the engineer. I don't know why, but I am. There you go. Peyton Brennan's going to start us off here. Is Zach Story on the mound for his fourth inning of work. He's given up 5 hits, 5 runs. His first pitch to Brennan is outside. He got it up to 87. Peyton has flied to center and flied to left. So he is 0 for 2 in this one. Out of Rockland, California, University of California at Los Angeles, and it's a 2-0 count on the Bruin. There's a fastball in there for a strike, 2-1. Still no activity that we've seen for the Chico Nuts. Sharply right at the shortstop, picked off by Stevens across the diamond for the out. So Payne hit it hard, but right at Cal Stevens at shortstop, 1 out. And Jake Jimenez will be the hitter. He singled and walked, scored a run in this third inning. So Jax is 1 for 1. Out of Whitney High School, headed to University of Oregon. So Wildcats to the Ducks for Jax. He fouls that one back to the screen, comfortably away from the Stones Broadcast Network camera so that Riley can breathe easy. Because if it gets knocked around, he's got to go down there and fix it and shove people out of their seats and be all mean and snarling at them. And he hates doing that, but he kind of secretly loves it. That is high for a ball, 1-1. See, I don't want to make people move. I don't. And then he goes down and goes, move, move. He's probably nicer than that. 1-1 pitch is chopped right out in front of the plate over the third baseline. They're going to try to let it go foul, and it does. So Jack's had a little too much spin on that, a little too much English on it, and it rolls foul. He would have had an easy infield single. 1 ball now and 2 strikes on the Potters' second baseman, followed by J.T. Walden. Pops it up. Catcher Sable underneath it. And he can't make the play. That's a tough play, that ball coming back at him. And Jax will get himself another chance. Sable looked like he had a pretty good beat on it, and then at the last moment is just back over his head toward the playing field. So it stays 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jimenez. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Zach Story. Sails a high fastball. 2-2. Sails another one, so it's 3-2 on Jimenez. Chops it foul out of play to our left. 3 balls and 2 strikes. My Piper wobble is still here, right where I left it, Riley. Not a bobblehead, a wobble. Round bottom, kind of rolls around. Swing and a miss. Story with the strikeout, just his 3rd on the night. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up J.T. Walden, who struck out and had an RBI single and scored a run back in the 3rd. J.T. stepping in with 2 outs here in the 4th. Jake Tandy to follow, hopefully, in this inning for the Potters. Sharp grinder right at second base. Nice play out there by Anderson. Gets up and throws him out. Anderson goes to his left, goes to his knees, gets up and gets Walden at first base. So a couple of hard hit balls by the Potters, but nothing to show for it. We go to the fifth. Potters trail 6-5.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Top of the fifth, Potters trail 6-5, but that's not the worst thing in my mind right now. Ry, the engineer, playing with my Piper wobble, showing me all the different ways he thought it could work, and then all of a sudden, old Piper doesn't have a left arm, does he, Riley? Because you were messing around, and look at him, look at Piper. Look at his eyes. There's pain in those eyes because I don't even know what you're trying to do. You're spinning him way too fast. I don't know. I would almost say you should get on the air and defend yourself, but no, I don't want you to defend yourself because I now have a one-armed wobble, and you know that throws the balance of the wobble all off. I mean, what do you want, that Gorilla Glue stuff on TV? Get the gorilla to come in and scare the crap out of you and then put it together? Maybe. I think maybe you could redeem yourself that way. I don't know. I don't think it's savable. Maybe. See what you've got in your bag there. Here's Landon Sable to open up the top of the fifth against Andrew Ballantyne, who came on in the fourth for the Potters. Gave up a single, hit a batter, but then got a strikeout of Ortega to end the inning. Sable, Anderson, and Giovannone. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. It's almost tragic, really, Riley. Piper, all he wants to do is entertain. 2-1. He entertains you. He doesn't sit here and let you spin him around wildly to try to entertain yourself. That is not mature. And that's what happens when you do that. I'm going to save his arm so that we can maybe put it together. I'll put it in ice or something. Swing and a miss, 2-2 on Landon Sable, who's got an RBI double back in the first and walked in the third, so he is 1 for 1 out of Sutter Union High School. 2-2 from Ballantyne. Outside and high, 3-2, and Andrew not happy with himself on that one. Left-hander out of Ceres, California, and Fresno State University. 6'1" and 200 pounds, according to my Potters roster, which is never wrong. That's ball 4. Pretty close pitch there at the top of the strike zone, but Sable will get the base on balls. It'll bring up Nick Anderson. Second baseman had walked and had an RBI single, so Nick is 1 for 1. He's out of Pleasant Valley High. Scored a run back in the first, drove one in the third, and he's the Dueling Dogs batter today. We haven't mentioned enough. It's 2 for Tuesday. Thanks to Loomis Basin Brewery for that. But the Dueling Dogs get in the act with their Dueling Dogs batter. If he strikes out, half off Dueling Dogs for the remainder of the inning. So there's 2 ways to go. At top of the inning, you get one. Bottom of the inning, you get the other. Anderson's going to try to bunt the throw back to first base. Maya almost got him. No, he did get him at first base. Ricky Maya with a perfect throw down to J.T. Walden, slaps the tag on Sable, and it's 1 out here in the top of the fifth. And a 1-ball, no-strike count on Anderson, but now he won't bunt anymore. So maybe the strikeout is back in play. Outside for a ball, 2-0. Rather than Giovannone, number 8 hitter on deck. Right down the middle, 2-1. We're 1/3 of the way there. To fans who already have half off on Loomis Basin anyway. So you utilize that in the top of the inning. Then you use the Potters, use the Dueling Dogs if you can in the bottom. That's a blueprint for that. 2-1 pitches now, 2-2. Willie's got the soundtrack of dogs barking. He's got some real yappers on there today. Probably one of them was poor Piper when his arm was knocked off. 2-2 pitch misses outside, 3-2. Don't worry, Riley. I got it packed in ice. You can try to repair it when you have time out from your busy engineering duties. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. And the thirsty Potter fans, yet another way. Actually, we missed the Farmers' fifth inning. We didn't get the first guy out, Sable with the base on balls. That would have been half off Farmers Brewing Company. So we could have had 3 at a time, which we did have one time with the thruple going, and it was tremendous. So here's Giovanoni, the center fielder. Pops that one up out of play, quickly 0-1. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out, so Ryland is 0 for 1. Recent graduate of Sutter Union High School. Batting in the number 8 spot with Jake Dahl to follow. Potters trailing this one 6-5. We're in the top of the 5th. That one's lifted out towards short right center field, going out to second baseman. That is Mr. Jimenez for the catch and the out. So it turns out to be a 1-2-3 inning of a sort for the Nuts. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters trailing 6-5.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had him by the collar, said he...
Bottom of the 5th inning, Potters trailing 6-5. Piper running the dance contest down there behind home plate, and he does a great dance contest. Willie Preston came out with the ruling. We talked about the Farmers Brewing Company ride, the engineer. First batter of the 5th inning, but first batter reached on a base on balls, but he was picked off first, and Willie ruled that is going to count. So it's half off Farmers, it's half off Dueling Dogs, and it's half off Loomis Basin. It's a thruple, like I told you before. Here's Jake Tandy leading off here in the 5th against Zach Story. Might have some stirring around going on for the Nuts in the bullpen. They got a couple of people out of the dugout anyway. We'll see what happens. They're going to be warming somebody up. Story working in his 5th inning. His first pitch to Tandy is high and outside. Jake swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. 1-1. Jacob Doyle to follow. Jake swings and misses at another off-speed pitch. And then Will Lindbergh. 4, 5, and 6 for the Potters here in the 5th. They got 1 in the 2nd. They got 4 in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher. He's going to pick it up and throw it down to first base and get him. Strikeout of Tandy is the 3rd strikeout. They'll make that the 4th strikeout for Zach Story. And here's Jacob Doyle. Jacob has singled, and he has singled. He's got 2 hits, a run batted in, 2 runs scored. The run batted in his 20th of the season. And he's up here looking for his 4th home run this season to tie this thing up. He takes a fastball outside, 1-0. Fans taking advantage of one of the 3 specials. I don't know which one you take advantage of. Just go down there. Inside for a ball, 2-0. The Brick and Barrel Backyard Beer Garden, home to 3 separate drink specials, Riley. I know I don't even want to think about you having a beer with your rage issues, the way you handled that dope wobble. Piper, maybe it's my imagination. The poor thing's, his expression has changed a little bit. Line drive, center field. That's a base hit for Doyle. He's 3 for 3. Hit number 6 for the Potters. Make that, 6 for the Potters. And bring up Will Lindbergh, who's got one of the previous 5. A single back in the 3rd, who scored a run. So Will up here with a walk and an RBI single. And there is not anybody warming up, as far as I can tell, in the pen for the Chico Nuts. That's down low for a ball. Doyle, as we know, likes to run, but he stays put on that one. Potters do have somebody warming up, though, as Ballantyne has thrown 2 innings now. Going to throw to first base, and Doyle barely is going to get back over there. Jake McGowan went the first 2/3 of an inning for the Potters. Gabe Maya, though, went 2 1/3. Ballantyne has pitched the last 2. Doyle with a good lead at first base. Go over to first again, and that is another close one over there. Vincent Ciccolello, the right-hander. Throw over to first base, and that one's going to get away. Doyle gets up, and he's going to stay as the ball bounces off the fence, and Jake was entangled with first baseman Jake Dahl. So nothing really coming of that. Still just 1 pitch to the batter, a 1 ball, no strike count on Will. Ciccolello loosening up in the Potter's pen. Doyle leading at first. Good lead over there. Here he goes. Outside. Throw to second by Sables. A little bit offline, so he's in there safely. Got rid of it quickly that time, just a little bit on the shortstop side of second. And Doyle is in there with his 2nd stolen base of the night. Ball was outside, so Lindbergh on top. 2 balls and no strikes. 1 out here in the 5th. Doyle representing the tying run in this one. Will takes that one in there for a strike. Caius Gargett, the newcomer at shortstop, on deck. Got a walk and a sacrifice fly in tonight's game. Lindbergh swings and lines it down the right field line, but it's foul into the bullpen. Just turned on that one and steered it foul down the right field line. Potters on the road tomorrow, taking on Healdsburg in PEL action. Then back here on Thursday with the 6:05 4th of July game against the West Coast Kings, also a league game. Then the weekend is the California Tigers, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 3 games beginning at 7:35. Lindbergh takes outside. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Will. Inside ball, I think that hit him. So that means Doyle's going to have to go back to second base. Again, if it's a 3-2 pitch and you're going to walk me, don't hit me. Just walk me, okay? You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So here's Caius Gargett. A walk in the 2nd, a sacrifice fly in the 3rd for the newcomer from Anderson, Indiana, and University of Kentucky. 1 out, 2 on here in the 5th. Potters trail by 1. Tyler Antwine to follow. Lifted foul down the left field line, out of play. Out by the grassy knoll area. And the fans descend on it. 0-1. Swinging a foul again. That one close to the Stones Broadcast Network cameras. Riley getting a little bit anxious. You had a lot of things on your plate tonight, Riley, the engineer. You got to be feeling guilty about Piper, of course. Shaved Ice, doesn't matter what time it is or anything. Shaved Ice is doing great, Riley. That's lined out to center field. Coming on, that's going to drop in front of the center fielder, Giovanni. Stopping at third is Doyle. Argueta has his first hit as a member of the Potters. First, second, and third, they call that bases loaded, and here's Tyler Antoine, who was struck out and flied to center. Hit the ball pretty well to center field back in the third. Tyler looking for his first hit as a Potter. Out of Summit, California, and headed to Fresno State University. Just had a birthday, did Tyler Antoine, back on the 23rd. Swings and misses at that one. Takes a fastball right down there for a strike 0-2. 85 from Story, who's been as high as 88 tonight. One out, bases loaded. Potters with 7 hits in this one. Outside, nice block behind the plate by Sable. He runs it down. 1-2 now. Ricky Maya on deck, the number 9 hitter. Potters catcher in this one. Potters trying to win their 24th game of the season against just 6 losses. Check swing, and it is called strike 3. Off-speed pitch gets Story his second strikeout of the inning, his 5th of the game. And it's up to Ricky Maya now with the bases loaded. Ricky, a sacrifice fly in the second, flied to short left in the third, so he is 0 for 1. Picked up his first run batted in as a Potter, looking for his first hit. Just 0 for 5 before tonight. Riley, the engineer, seeing one of his favorite fan, 2 hands and 3 beers bringing back. Riley, that's got to be fan of the century for you. In the dirt, blocked. Riley is a firm believer that if you go to the concession and you come back, you have 2 hands, carry 2 items. In that case, he brought 3 beers back and just shamed you. That's really good work. And that was a long walk he took all the way over there to that aisle. Fastball is inside, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. I mean, he went all the way from the beer garden, way down the first base line, all the way back behind home plate over to the third base side with those 3 beers. Tremendous work. That's a inside ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Ricky Maya. That one's in there for a strike, 3-1. 3-1, Ricky Maya, top of the order. Peyton Brennan on deck. Peyton out in center field for the Potters tonight. 3-1 pitch coming up. Line drive, base hit left field. Here comes 1-run scoring. Lindbergh's rounding third. He's going to score easily as well. It's a 2-run single for Ricky Maya, and the Potters take the lead 7-6. 3 runs batted in for Ricky in this one. And his first base hit of the season. We're going to have hopefully a pitching change for the Nuts. We'll take a little bit of a break here as the Potters have grabbed the lead. They lead at 7-6.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Get a 4th of July Potters t-shirt and 4 Potters tickets. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
New pitcher Malachi Boschart taking over on the mound for Zach Story. Story moves over to second base, and Nick Anderson moves over to third base for the Nuts. And Peyton Brennan is our first hitter. He takes a call strike. Inside. One ball, one strike on Peyton, who has flied to center, fly to left, and grounded to short. High fly ball, deep right field. Forget about it. Peyton Brennan goes yard, and the Potters lead it 10-6. So Peyton Brennan with another one of his no-doubters, just like the one he had last time. 393 feet to right field, 108 miles an hour off the bat. That might be the most impressive one we've seen all season. We'll have to get Carson, the intern over here, to talk about that at some point, because he's the one who's tracking all this stuff. But Brennan with the 3-run home run. Potters have scored 5 times, and they lead at 10-6. Jax Jimenez will be the hitter. Takes outside for a ball. Jax is singled, walked, and struck out, so he is 1 for 2. Popped up out of play behind us. So Maya came through with the 2-run single with 2 outs, and then the 3-run home run by Brennan. The Potters have scored 5 times here in the 5th to lead at 10-6. Popped up again. Giving chase at third is Anderson, but that's going to be out of play, and it is. We lost that grip on that one. It's a little bit outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 5 in for the Potters. Hopped up right side. Day coming on in right field. Makes the catch after circling under it for quite some time, but the Potters score 5. We go to the 6th. They lead it by 4.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Potters fans want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Get a 4th of July Potters t-shirt and 4 Potters tickets. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 6th inning, Potters on top 10-6. Vincent Ciccolello is the new pitcher, taking over for Andrew Ballantyne, who went 2 innings. After McGowan went 2/3 and Maya 2 1/3, Ballantyne 2, and Ciccolello coming on here in the top of the 6th inning. They'll take on Jake Dahl, then the top of the order, Kinder Day and Cal Stevens. Ciccolello out of Pacific Grove, California, and Cal State Monterey. Swinging a miss at the fastball. 89 from Vincent. Making his second appearance of the season, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. 1 strikeout, no walks. His fastball misses outside, so it's 1-1. Dahl, Day, and Stevens here, top of the 6th inning. Potters came up with 5 in the 5th to take the 10-6 lead. 2 big hits, Maya's 2-run single, then Brennan's 3-run home run. That's popped up left side. Tandy calling for it, right by third base now. Moves around and drops the ball. That is the 4th error on the Potters tonight. 3 of them were the pitchers throwing, and that one a drop pop fly. And Dahl's at first base with nobody out, and Day, the hitter. He's walked, struck out, and grounded short. Day from Chico High School, 2023 graduate. Shows bunt, bunts it down the third base line, but foul. Oh and 1 on Day. Dahl leading at first base. Bunt again, that time down the third base line. That's going to spin foul. So 0-2 quickly on Day here in the top of the 6th inning. Reminder, tomorrow the Potters are on the road going to Healdsburg to take on the Prune Packers in I think the first meeting of the year between the two teams in a big PEL game. Back here for the 4th of July. This year, another PEL game against the West Coast Kings. First time meeting the West Coast Kings gray team, which is their team in the Pacific Empire League. That's a 6:05 first pitch because of the fireworks afterwards. 0-2 coming up today. Breaking ball misses inside, 1-2. Then the California Tigers are in for a weekend series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all games. First pitch will be 7:35. As it's forecast to be a little toasty during that part of the week. 1 ball and 2 strikes, throw over to first base, and back is Dahl. Reminder, we'll be out at the City of Lincoln Chamber of Commerce 4th of July parade. For the many years it's been out there, Willie Preston's been working it for a long time. He needed a back. He said, hey, I'm the main MC, but we got a long parade route here. We need another guy halfway through. Why don't you do it? And I says, well, okay, because I couldn't think of anything. You know, Riley, I froze up. I have to get my hair done. No, that really doesn't work. And I can't say I got to take the dog in to get groomed because it's the 4th of July. They're not open. So you'd see right through my lie there. So I said, okay. And now I'm looking forward to it. Breaking ball's fouled back. Dozens and dozens of floats coming by, and I get to talk about them. What could be better than that? Oh, man. Riley, the engineer, says, why should there be parades? Why are there holidays? He's just, again, I should take a picture of poor Piper, the bobble. 2-2 coming up. Silas high, 3-2. Because you know the court of public opinion, well, you would be done. You'd be canceled. What you did to a harmless bobble. Full count now on Day. Willie gets the cowbells are rocking out here. Nice crowd out here on a Tuesday evening. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday evening. I think we still got like 7 beer specials going on right now, so no excuse for anybody not to have a cold drink. There goes the runner, and it's ball 4. So 2 bunts went foul and then 4 balls. 2 on here in the 6th. Dahl's going to move down to second base, and here is Cal Stevens, who has reached on an error when he sacrificed in the first, flied to left in the second, popped out to short in the 4th. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Cal try to put one down as well. Tandy coming in about even with the bag at third base. Walden the same at first, behind the runner right now. Ricky Maya is going to go out and talk to the pitcher. And we're ready to go here. He does show bunt, pops that way up in the air, giving chase, and can't run it down. Trying to see if that's a different catcher. We are checking it now. Jason thinks it's Cole Dillon behind the plate. I'm pretty sure it's not Ricky still. 0-1. Fastball misses outside. One ball, one strike. Still nobody out here in the 6th. In the dirt. Bluff to throw to second base, but it's 2-1 now. Stevens takes a look down at his third base coach. There's a lot of different things they can do with nobody out here in a 2-1 count. 2 on. Still just the 6th inning. Walden has moved on in front of the runner at first base. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. 2-2 now. Chico checks the runner at second base. Breaking ball right down the middle, call strike 3. Caught him guessing fastball, and the first out recorded here in the top of the 6th. That'll bring up Zach Story, who started out on the mound and now is the second baseman for the Nuts. I think we has Cole Dillon behind the plate now. So 2 on, but now 1 out. Story has had an RBI ground out, fly to center, and singled. It's a breaking ball. That's in for a strike. 0-1. Story checks with his third base coach, who checks with the dugout. So there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Getting word that Eli Small is taken over in right field from for Jacob Doyle. Jacob was 3 for 3 while he was in there. See if there's any other changes for the Potters here as we enter the top of the 6th inning. Fastball outside. 1-2 on Story. Malachi Boschart, the pitcher, on deck. Lifted foul out of play to our right. Chicolello, the 4th pitcher. McCowan started, then gave Maya. Andrew Ballantyne, right now the pitcher of record for the Potters. And Chicolello. 1-2, watches that one miss just outside, 2-2. That's the first helmet Sunday I've seen today, Riley. Usually I would have told you earlier, but I'm still mad at you about Piper Wobble. I guess I should learn what it is before I get mad at you about it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball at 89 for Chicolello, his 2nd consecutive strikeout. And that'll bring up Malachi Boschart. He has struck out, singled, and been hit by a pitch. Started out at third base, now on the mound for the Nuts. Up here in a situation where his team had 2 on and nobody out, now 2 on and 2 out. And the right-handed hitter facing Chicolello. High breaking ball. Ball 1. Potters revving up another relief pitcher in the bullpen down the right field line. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch. Slider got him on the outside corner. 1-1. Potters straight away, pretty deep in left and center for Boschart. He lines it down the right field line on top of the tarp over there over the VIP section. So it's quickly 1 ball and 2 strikes on Boschart. A recent graduate of Chico High School. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Chicolello gets 2 on, then strikes out 3 in a row. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Potters on top, 10-6. Bottom of the 6th inning, the spinning bat race today between 2 Potter dads, Cole Eaton's dad, Dan, I believe, and Eli Small's dad, Jack, I believe. The winner was Dan Eaton. So well done. He did go a little bit sideways to the left at the beginning, but he quickly righted himself. And Mr. Small was just a little bit lagging there, and Eaton gets the W. And I'm sure that, that's huge in the parents' room, after the game when they're all hanging around being parents. Say, hey, ha, ha. That's all they say. So it'll be J.T. Walden for the Potters against Malachi Boschard, who came on in the 5th inning in relief of Zach Story. J.T. is single, grounded out, and struck out, so he is 1 for 3 in this one. He's followed by Tandy, and then we believe Eli Small. JT takes a fastball, and it's inside. High fly ball, short center field. Make that real short center field. The second baseman calls for it and makes the catch. That is Story out there at second base. First out recorded in the bottom of the 6th, and I'll bring up Jake Tandy, who's lined out into a fielder's choice and struck out. He is 0 for 3 in this one. Came in at .407 with 4 home runs and 28 runs batted in. I wonder if Eli Small on deck is feeling bad because his dad came in second in the bat spinning race. He's going to have to, as you mature, you learn to put those things behind you, I guess. First pitch is a strike to Jake. Breaking ball is hit down to third base. Scooped up by Anderson across the diamond and gets him at first. So Jake 0 for 4 in this one, and that'll bring up Eli Small in his first at bat after filling in for Jacob Doyle, who had a very nice night. Jacob was 3 for 3. He scored 3 times. He stole 2 bases, and he drove in a run. Picked up RBI number 20, and didn't hurt the .342 average. And here's Eli Small. Takes a fastball and takes a strike. 0-1. Big chopper out towards second. Anderson's going to wait on it. He's going to have to hurry. I don't think he's going to get Eli, and he doesn't. Small gets himself an infield single. That spot in the batting order is now 4 for 4. Here's Will Lindbergh out of Cal State Northridge. Will with a hit, a walk, and a hit by pitch today. He has scored a run. He has driven in a run. And he takes a strike. Jack Story went the first 4 2/3 for the Nuts. Malachi Boschard came in and closed out the 5th, and now he's on the hill as he throws over to first base to try to get Eli Small, and Eli gets back in. There goes the runner, pitches outside. The throw is going to be too late. Small gets in underneath. There was a nice tag out there by Stevens. He got the throw on a hop, but again on the shortstop side, flipped it over to Eli Small, and Eli's just barely got in there. And here comes the Chico Nuts manager to try to argue with that. Jason, the intern, reacted the same way. I thought he was in there, but there's going to be a little. When the coach comes out and puts his arm on your back, I mean, how heated can it get? Really, come on. Just discuss it very calmly, very rationally, and okay, we're all done. And we'll come back to Will Lindbergh with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Caius Gargett, who's got his first RBI and his first hit as a Potter tonight, is on deck. Outside for a ball. Sable with a nice stab on that one, keeps it from going to the backstop. Swing and miss. Just a check swing by Will. Went a little bit too far, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on the product of Gold River, California. Has 4 runs batted in for the Potters. Came in at 261. Swing and a miss. So Potters get a hit and a stolen base, but no runs. We go to the top of the 7th inning. They lead at 10-6.
This job is the Esplanade Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Top of the 7th inning, Potters lead this one 10-6. It's Liam Golden on the mound for Lincoln, 6'4", 215 out of Sacramento, California, making his 4th appearance, 2 innings, 4 hits. He is 1-0 on the year with a strikeout and 6 walks, and he will take on Jacob Ortega, Landon Sable, and Nick Anderson as I think we got a pinch hitter here for the Chico Nuts. And as soon as he turns around and we can see his number, we will pass that along to you. Looks like number 7, that's Isaiah Fortune. So Fortune is going to be the pinch hitter. Ortega was 1 for 3 with a run scored. So Fortune out of Pleasant Valley High School against Liam Golden. That is a fastball in there for a strike. Sable and Anderson to follow for the Nuts. They trail at 10-6. We are in the top of the 7th inning. One ball, one strike. Hit sharply but foul down the first base line through the coach's box and out toward the bullpen area. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Isaiah Fortune. In the dirt, 2-2. And in the dirt again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count on the leadoff man, the pinch hitter Isaiah Fortune. Who I think we're going to say is going to go out into left field when the Nuts take the field in the bottom of the inning. Ball 4. So 1 on, nobody out, and that will bring up Landon Sable, the catcher. He's doubled in a run, walked, and then walked again. So Landon's been on base every time. Catcher out of Sutter Union High School. Picked up that RBI back in the first inning when the Nets scored 5 of their 6 runs. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Jake Morrell loosening up for the Potters in the bullpen out of American River College. The check swing. Golden's going to have to field it on a hop, go to first, and get him by a step. Runner goes to second, but Potters get an out. One out here in the 7th inning. And Nick Anderson will be the hitter. Looks like we got a pinch hitter. Number 6, Austin Salado. So Salado batting for Anderson. Anderson had a walk and a base hit and an RBI. And a run scored. So Salado comes on. Recent graduate of Durham High School. Takes a fastball right down the middle at 93 from Liam Golden. So the pinch hitter is a Dueling Dogs batter in the 7th inning. It's the last time you can capitalize on that, so why not? We've had enough drink specials. If you haven't had enough drink specials, what do you want out there? Dylan going out to talk to Liam Golden. So we've had a Dueling Dogs batter strikeout. We've had the Farmers 5th inning, and we've had all night. We've had Loomis base and 2 for 1. I mean, one thing you cannot say if you come to a Potters game, especially midweek, I didn't have enough chance to get beer. And Wine Wednesdays, of course, won't be celebrated tomorrow because the Potters are on the road. That's too bad. Although you can celebrate at home. Check out the Potters. I think Healdsburg has it broadcast. If you want to check it out and then enjoy some wine, that would be fine. Down low for a ball. Appeal to the umpire. He says, nah. Didn't really consider it. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Salado, the pinch hitter, second one of the inning. The first one is Fortune. He's out at second base. Down low again, 2-1. Now Willie brings out the big dogs, literally, on his Dueling Dogs soundtrack or whatever it is. Chopper down the third baseline foul, so it's even at 2-2. 1 pitch away from yet another special. I think per capita, it's the best beer specials ever. I mean, 3 specials all day today, Riley. Everybody here's probably enjoyed at least one. I mean, of age, of course. And that's called strike 3, and we'll enjoy it again. Half off the Dueling Dogs and 2 outs here in the inning. First strikeout for Golden and bring up Rylan Giovanni. Except I think that is another pinch hitter. If I'm telling, no. Is that 16 or 18? I think it's Joe Cassetta. Yeah, Joe Cassetta is going to bat for Giovanni. So Cassetta will be the hitter. Joe out of Chico High School, 2023 graduate. He's got Fortune out at second base. Liam Golden, the 5th pitcher for the Potters. Pitcher record right now, Andrew Ballantyne. Golden's first pitch is down low, 1-0. Andrew pitched the 4th and the 5th innings. Ciccolello the 6th, and now Golden the 7th. Swing and a miss, the high fastball. 92 from Liam Golden. And he threw that one at a good time right after the scoreboard went out. So it's kind of dark out there. Poor batter couldn't pick the ball up. 1-1. Swing and a miss again. 1-2 again at 92 from Golden. He's been as high as 93 here in the 7th inning. Gave up the walk, got the ground out, got the strikeout. Now he's ahead of Cassetta, the pinch hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. inside, and that hit him. So he lets him get away with the hit by pitch. First and second, and Jake Dahl is a scheduled hitter. And that will be Jake Dahl, the first baseman. He has struck out, he has flied to center, and he has reached on an error. So the left-handed first baseman is up here with 2 on and 2 out in the 7th, and his team down 10-6. Outside with that fastball. Stays constant at about 92 miles an hour, but that one misses the strike zone, so it's 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1. Beautiful pitch from Golden. Top of the order, Kinter Day on deck. Swing and a miss at that. Breaking ball down at his back foot. A little slider. 1-2. Potters playing game number 30 of the season. Home game number 26. Dahl steps out. He's behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Golden has thrown 2 breaking balls that he hasn't been able to handle. Throws the fastball and misses with it down low. 2-2. Got up to 94 on that fastball from Liam Golden. Runners leading at first and second. Misses outside, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 7th. Left-hand hitting Jake Dahl against the right-hander Liam Golden. Cassetta at first and Fortune at second. They will be taking off. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Golden gets a couple of strikeouts. We go to the bottom of 7th. Potters fans will stretch. They lead at 10-6.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Stretching out here at McBean Stadium. Potters on top 10-6. They came up with 1 run in the second, 4 in the third, and 5 in the 5th to overcome the Nets, who scored 5 in the top of the first, and then just 1 run since then. And it's a 10-6 Potter lead. Big hits in that 5-run 5th, a 2-run single by Ricky Maya and a 3-run home run by Peyton Brennan, both with 2 outs in the inning. Caius Gargett will be our first hitter here against Malachi Voschart. Caius with a walk in the second. He had a sacrifice fly in the third, and he singled in the 5th. So he's got the RBI, he's got the first hit. He's got it all going on here out of Anderson, Indiana. Takes a high fastball from Boschart, 1-0. That one is down low, 2-0. Guys just joining the ball club from the University of Kentucky. 1 for 1 with a walk and a sacrifice fly. Swings and misses at that one. 2 balls and 1 strike on Caius. He's followed by Tyler Antwine. That is inside for a ball. And we think Cole Dillon, who's taken over the number 9 spot. Foul away by Arquette. That'll make it 3 balls and 2 strikes on Caius to start off the bottom of the 7th inning here from McBean Stadium. Back here on Thursday, that's going to be a 6:05 start to make room for fireworks afterward against the West Coast Kings. As a Pacific Empire League game fouled off again. Potters at 7-4, and they were up in Humboldt against the Crabs. Won the first one, then lost the last 2 in extra innings. So they sit at 7-4. Logjam at the top. The Poon Packers have lost 2 or 3. The Mudcats are right up there. That's fouled off. The Kings are making a kind of a push, and the Crabs got their first 2 wins against the Potters over the weekend, but they're going to be a tough out for anybody. So a very competitive Pacific Empire League in the first year of operation. 3-2 pitch is ball 4. So Caius is down at first base, on for the 3rd time, and here's Tyler Antwine, who was struck out twice and flied to center. Tyler out of Summits, California, on the way to Fresno State University. Takes a breaking ball and takes a big cut and misses 0-1. That's hitting the right center field, and there's nobody there. Gargette's going to go a long way, picked up in center, but Caius is going to score easily. Antwine pulls into second with his first hit as a Potter. It's an RBI double, and he's very happy out at second base. Potters lead by 5. Perfectly placed, perfectly hit by Tyler Antwine. Chased down in center field by Casetta, but not until Gargett had come all the way around from first and scored. He read that one perfectly right away. That's the 11th hit for the Potters in this one. They lead at 11-6, and here's Cole Dillon in for his first at bat. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. Ricky Maya was 1 for 2, and he drove in 3 runs. Sacrifice fly and a big 2-run single, because that 2-run single in the 5th was with 2 outs, and it was after he had that single that Peyton Brennan hit his home run. Another breaking ball, another strike. 0-2 on Cole Dillon. Cole out of Rockwall, Texas. Got Antwine at second base. Fastball misses outside. 1-2. Breaking ball's chopped foul down the third base line over by the dugout. Still nobody out here in the 7th. Potters have scored 1. They have Antwine out at second base. Breaking ball's hit sharply down to third. Across the diamond in the dirt and gets away at first base. Coming all the way around third, and they're going to hold him up at third, is Antwine. He had to hold while the ball was in front of him. It's an error on the third baseman. Second error of the game for the Nuts, and now they have runners at first and third. Now they're going to have Dillon go out to second base as the ball got away into the dugout area. So second and third, nobody out, and here's Peyton Brennan, who flied to center, flied to left, grounded to short, and then hit a big, monstrous 393-foot three-run home run back in the fifth. He takes a fastball outside. Potters have scored once. They have 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh. Brennan takes a out-speed pitch, had to get out of the way at the last minute. 2-0. Brennan swings and fouls it away. He was thinking another monstrous shot perhaps right there, but it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Breaking ball's chopped over the mound into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second one. He'll score without a throw. It's another 2 RBIs for Peyton Brennan, and the Potters now lead at 13-6. That brings up Jax Jimenez. Potters have scored 3 times here in the inning. Still nobody out. And Brennan at first base. Jax pops it up left side, giving chase at third base. Salado. And it's going to drop in the middle of about 3 fielders there. A lot of trouble people finding pop flies up in the sky tonight. All over the field, but it'll be another try for Jimenez, who was singled, walked, struck out, and flied to right. Popped up again, kind of the same spot, but that one should get out of play, and it does. Over by the grassy knoll, so it's 0-2 on Jimenez. He's followed by J.T. Walden for the Potters, who spotted the Nuts 5 runs in the top of the first, and they've come back to lead it now 13-6. Breaking ball misses outside. Potters with 12 hits now, been aided by a couple of errors from the Nuts as well. Both teams committing errors that led to a lot of runs in this game. Inside with a fastball, 2-2. Fouls that one back to the screen. Well, getting a little close to those cameras, Riley, the engineer. You might want to go down and lay the law down to Mr. Jimenez. Let him know that that is punishable by a fine here in the city of Lincoln if you mess with those cameras. Those are valuable property right there. Carrying Potters games all over the world. Outside, 3-2. Activity in the bullpen for the Chico Nuts. I think got a right-hander out there throwing. We'll see if we can get an identity check. Bring you a name. Hit sharply into right field, a solid base hit. Rounding second and stopping there is Peyton Brennan. So Jimenez with his second hit of the day. First and second, still nobody out here in the inning, 3 runs in. And then it'll bring up J.T. Walden. JT has struck out, singled in a run, grounded to second, and popped to second. So he's 1 for 4 in this one. Fastball is in there for a strike. Matt Lawrence, a right-hander out of Sutter High School, is loosening up in the bullpen for the Nuts. JT takes a breaking ball and it misses. 1-1. Walden fouls that one off a fastball on the inside corner. 1-2 now on JT out of Sacramento, California. Came in at 304 with 23 runs batted in, make that 24 after picking one up back in the third inning. Jake Morrell still warming up for the Potters. JT pops that one up, going to get out of play. Jake's been warming up a long time out there. He might want to sit down and take it easy. Jake Tandy to follow JT. Still nobody out here in the inning. A walk, a double, an error, and a couple of singles. Line down the left field line. That stays fair. It's trouble. That is a fair ball. One run in. Here comes the second one. Jimenez is really moving around third. They're not even going to try a throw on him. It's a 2-run double for J.T. Walden. The Potters extend their lead to 15-6. Jax was not stopping for anybody right there. Walden picks up his third run batted in of the day. He has 26 now. And here's Jake Tandy, where we're going to have a meeting at the mound first and maybe a pitching change for the Nuts. We'll step away for just a second. Bottom of the seventh, Potters up big.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels.
Boschard still out on the mound for the Nuts after the meeting at the mound. Lorentz going to keep on loosening up, maybe feel he wasn't quite ready yet. And Jake Tandy will be the hitter with Walden out at second base. Potters have scored 5 times here, their second 5-run inning of the game. They also have a 4-run inning back in the third. Look out, Tandy's going to get hit in the back by an off-speed pitch, and he'll go down to first base. And, he was eager to get up there and take a couple of swings. He had been over 4 prior to that at bat. And here's Eli Small, probably still over 4, but now he's at first with the hit by pitch. 8th batter of the inning is Eli Small, who came on in the 6th inning, taking over for Jacob Doyle, had an infield single. Eli's got his parents here, we know, because Dad was in the bat spinning against Cole Eaton's dad, who I'm afraid Cole Eaton's dad was the winner in that one. That's down low for a ball. 1-0. Fastball inside, 2-0 to Eli. Out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Same as Cole Eaton. Outside. Maybe the dads knew each other. Maybe the fix was in the whole time on the bat spinning race, Riley the engineer. 3-0 pitch swung on and missed, 3-1. I got to move this wobble out of the way. Every time I look out at the field, I see it in the corner of my eye with Piper's poor arm. I mean, maybe it can be repaired. 3-1 pitch, strike 2. I'm hoping it can be, but I believe he's got a little tear in his eye now. Especially made, yeah, see it? See that tear in the right eye? I know you see it. Swing and a miss, he got him on strikes. Held on by the catcher, Sable. And the 9th batter of the inning will be Will Lindbergh. Will has got a walk, a single, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. So he is 1 for 2. He scored a run, he's driven 1 in. He's got 2 runners on here and 2 outs. And an inside fastball, 1-0. It's hit sharply out towards second base. There you go. Now it's bobbled, picked up, thrown to first, and did not get him. So an error at second base. That will load the bases and bring up Caius Gargett. Gargett now, who is, let's see, walk, sacrifice fly, single, and walk. Scored a run, driven in a run. Caius will step up here with the bases loaded. Left-handed hitting shortstop. Takes a fastball high and away. 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. High fastball, 2-1. Chop foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sails high, 3-2. Potters have scored 5 times here in the inning. Walden at third, Tandy at second, and at first, Will Lindbergh. Swinging a foul off the catcher's glove, so it'll stay alive at 3 balls and 2 strikes for Gargett. 10th batter here in the inning. High and outside, ball 4. Second run batted in for Caius in this one as Walden will score. Going to bring up Tyler Antoine. Now we're going to have a pitching change for the Nuts, so we'll step away. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Potters on top, 16-6.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
New pitcher is Matt Lorenz, a 2023 graduate of Sutter High School. He'll come on to face Tyler Antwine with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the 7th. His first pitch is high. Tyler has struck out twice, flied to center, and then had an RBI double back earlier in this inning, as a matter of fact. His first hit as a Potter on the summer. Moschart has gone over to first base. Swing and a miss. It's like Devin Robinson has taken over at shortstop. Number 35 out of Pleasant Valley High. In the dirt, blocked by Sable behind the plate. 2-1. The 11th batter in the inning, Tyler Antwine. Headed for Fresno State University. High fly ball, right center field. Giving chase and right is Day. Reaches up and does not make the play. So it's going to bounce. He's got a double. I heard it was a ground rule double, but it's going to be a double nonetheless. So they will score. Yes, it is a ground rule double. So Antwine comes up with another double, gets a couple more runs batted in. He's got 3 runs batted in. As scoring is Tandy and Lindbergh. Going to third is Gargett. So here's Cole Dillon, 18-6 Potters. Cole came on for Ricky Maya back in the 7th, reached on an error. Actually, back in this inning, reached on an error. Came in the 6th to catch. So he caught the 6th and the 7th, just got up to the plate here in the 7th. So Cole is 0 for 1, did score a run. Antwine's fly ball to right carried a lot farther than I thought it was. It was pretty deep in right center field. Over the head of Day out there in right field. So Tyler now with a couple of hits and 3 runs batted in, so he's breaking through in a big way here in this one. Breaking ball's hit sharply down the third, off the third baseman into left field. 1 run will score. So for the second time, Cole is going to reach base on an error. Looks like Nolan Thebe is going to bat for Peyton Brennan. So Brennan will sit down with 2 hits, a home run, and 5 runs driven in. And Nolan Thebe will step up to the plate. Out of Wilsonville, Oregon, in William Jessup University. Takes one right down the middle for a strike. Outside will get away. And going down to second will be Dillon. Staying at third is Antwine. One ball, 1 strike. Thebe takes outside for a ball, 2-1. In many 19-6 games, that would have been strike 2. Probably the engineer. That one is strike 2. 2-2. Runs about 83 miles an hour. Outside, 3-2. Outside again, so Thebe gets the base on balls. He'll go down to first. Antwine at third, Dillon at second. They're loaded up for Jax Jimenez, who has a couple of hits and a walk tonight. He's 2 for 4. He scored twice. Out of Whitney High School, going to the University of Oregon. Looks like Jason, the intern, is being threatened by some sort of animal. Is it a bee? Is it a hornet? Is it a wasp? Why did he throw it at me? What's going on over there? You guys can't all just back away. I have to stay here, okay? Show a little backbone, gentlemen. That is outside. He described it as a flying cockroach. Okay. Flying cockroach is a heck of a name for a sports team, too. Riley's getting all into it. He's trying to find their flying cockroach underneath the table. Jimenez takes a ball, 2-0. Jason might have lost a couple of spots with his reaction to the flying cockroach. I mean, Carson stayed there and did his job, and Jason's, ah! That's exactly how he sounded, too. Ah! In there for a strike. Now he doesn't know where the flying... He's not going to sit back in that seat if he doesn't know where the flying cockroach is. Fouled off by Jimenez. Three balls, 2 strikes, according to my scoreboard. Swing and a miss. With Jimenez out on strikes, there's no way that can only be the second out of the inning. And they're both via the strikeout, and that'll bring up J.T. Walden. JT is singled and doubled. He has 3 runs batted in. He is 2 for 5, and he has scored twice. He is up to 26 runs batted in on the season to go with his 4 home runs. High fly ball, deep right center field. Giving chase in right center and making the catch is Casetta out there for the 3rd out. Potters score 9 times. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Potters lead at 19-6.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Hey, Potters fans, want to keep restoring and renovating historic McBean Stadium? Now you can become a member of Friends of McBean. Annual membership start at $50. Get a 4th of July Potters t-shirt and 4 Potters tickets. Become a member now at friendsofmcbean.org.
Top of the 8th inning, Potters up 19-6. Jake Morrell making his 4th appearance of the season. 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs. Struck out 5 and walked 4. He is 1-0 on the season. This Jake out of American River College. He'll face the top of the order, Kinzer Day takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Day has walked, struck out, and grounded out, and walked again, so he's 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a miss. 0 and 2. Nolan Thebe has taken over in center field. He hit for Peyton Brennan. Chopper fouled down the third base line. The intern's really eager to see somebody hit the ball out to Nolan in center field. I don't know why. But Jason, the intern, also plays over at Jessup, so perhaps there's some sort of rivalry there. You know, perhaps. Down low, 1 and 2. Riley, while we're waiting, maybe you should go look and see if you can find some Gorilla Glue or something and maybe try to save your face by putting Piper's arm back on from his wobble or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Sharp grinder to the left of third, into left field for a base hit. So Day is in the hit column with his first hit of the day. That is the 6th hit for the Nuts and the first one since the 4th inning. And it'll bring up Cal Stevens, the shortstop. So Devin Robinson, who came in for Stevens, will be hitting. Zach Millen moves into the on-deck circle. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Robinson out of Pleasant Valley High School. His first at bat here in this one. Stevens 0 for 4 while he was in there. Another slider, but it's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 8th inning. Potters up big. They've got a big one tomorrow. They travel to Healdsburg to take on the Prune Packers and then back here to take on the West Coast Kings on Thursday. So a big 2-game road and home games right there for the Pacific Empire League race, where the Potters right in the thick of it at 7 and 4. I believe they have 27 league games. I think that's the number that someone threw around. So getting near halfway point. Outside for a ball. Cole Dillon behind the plate for the Potters. Ricky Maya started. Went 1 for 2, drove in 3 runs. And Cole Dillon came on in the 6th inning and took over for him. The 2-1 pitch misses the inside corner, makes it 3-1. Morrell checking with Cole Dillon behind the plate. In there for a strike. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On Devin Robinson. Swinging a miss, so he fouls it off. So it's still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another 3-2 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4. So 2 on, nobody out. Russell Pettis loosening up for the Potters down in their bullpen. So Zach Millen's going to hit for Zach Story. Story was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Connor Loper, number 14, moves into the on-deck circle. He would bat for Malachi Boschart. Misses the outside corner with that slider. 1 ball and no strikes. Zach Millen from Willows High School, a 2023 graduate. Left-handed hitter against the left-hander Jake Morrell. That one's in there, 1-1. Top of the 8th inning, Potters up big here. 2 on and nobody out for the Chico Nuts. Swing and a miss. Nice slider there. 1-2. Check swing, just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Zach Millen. Outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Outside, ball 4. So what your manager doesn't want to see when you're ahead by 13 runs is walk a couple of batters here. And that's what we've done. So the bases are loaded. And the pinch hitter is Connor Loper. So Loper comes on for Boschart, who was 1 for 3 and scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Misses the outside corner with that one. 1 ball, no strikes. Willie thinks cowbell is the answer, so he calls for it, and he gets a good response from the crowd out there in the dirt 2-0. That one is in there for a call strike. 2-1. Thursday's game, 6:05, due to the fireworks following. The rest of the games this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all 7:35. Those will be against the California Tigers. Breaking ball inside, 3-1. LincolnPotters.com for tickets. If you can't make it out, check us out on YouTube, Lincoln Potters Baseball or Stones Broadcast Networks. Outside again, ball 4. Day comes across with the first run. And Loper will get the base on balls and the RBI. It's 19-7 in favor of the Potters. And so Isaiah Fortune, who came on to bat in the 7th inning, got a base on balls hit for Jacob Ortega. He'll be back up here with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1 to Fortune. Isaiah from Pleasant Valley High School. Landon Sable, the catcher, on deck. Still nobody out here in the 8th. That's a little blooper on the infield. Going to be caught at shortstop by Gargett for the out. So 1 out. And Landon Sable coming up to the plate. The catcher has doubled, walked again, and grounded back to the pitcher. Doubled in the 1st inning, had an RBI, and then walked in the 3rd, walked again in the 5th. Was picked off at first base. Bases loaded, and he slices that one foul. So it's 0-1 on Sable, 2023 graduate of Sutter High School. That one misses the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's fouled out of play. So 1-2 now on Sable. Should be Austin Salado, who hit back in the 7th inning for Anderson. On deck. Down low. 2-2. Morel tried to throw that one maybe a little too hard. And he evens the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Robinson at third, Millen at second, Loper at first. 2-2 pitches inside, 3-2. Ball 4 inside. Robinson scores. Sable picks up his second RBI. And Austin Salado will be the hitter. Came on and struck out in the 7th inning for Anderson, so Austin is 0 for 1. Takes that one right down the middle. 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Salado out of Durham High School, 2024 graduate. (19-8) Potters. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Fouled into the catcher's glove, to be more exact. Or to be accurate, actually. 1-2. Cole Dillon held on to it. Breaking ball chopped down to first. Walden's going to just take it at first base, let the run score. And 2 outs in the inning. Salado's going to get credit for an RBI as Millen scores the 3rd run of the inning. Moving up Sable, moving up Loper. Here's Joe Cassetta, who hit for Giovanni in the 7th inning, was hit by a pitch. So no official at bat for Joe yet. Hits that one down to first base. Walden has it. He's going to have to hurry, get to himself. He does for the out. So the Nuts score 3 times in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters 19, Chico 9. Jake Tandy, Eli Small, Will Lindbergh, the first 3 hitters in the bottom of the 8th against Matt Lorenz, who's the 3rd pitcher for the Chico Nuts. Story went the first 4 2/3, and Boschart the next 3 before Lorenz came in. Looks like Loper is taken over at first base. I think that's good enough. I think we won't worry about the rest of it. As Lawrence finishing up his warm-up tosses with Landon Sable behind the plate. Kudos to the fans who've been hanging out. Now they're singing along to I Found Friends in Low Places, which is a staple here in the middle of the 8th inning. And the fans usually carry the tune. I don't know where that guy is. He's doing pretty well. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all, Riley the engineer. Not as bad as I've heard. I heard some pretty, now it's getting a little bit shaky now. Yeah. I think we got a little bit too excited there, yeah. Okay. Oh, here's Jake Tandy. Lined out, fielder's choice, struck out, grounded out, and he's just been hit by a pitch for the second time. So he'll go down to first base. And Eli Small will be the hitter. Eli came on for Jacob Doyle back in the 7th, actually back in the 6th. Singled and struck out then in the 7th, so Eli's 1 for 2. Line drive, center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So Eli has his second hit. That's 15 hits for the Potters. And Will Lindbergh, who was walked, singled, been hit by a pitch, struck out, and then reached on an error. So Will steps up here with nobody out and 2 on in the 8th. That one gets away from Lawrence, outside for a ball, 1-0. Caius Gargett on deck. Outside for a ball. That one is down low. I think the ump just signaled 3 balls and no strikes. That one is in there for a strike. Three and 1. Lindbergh gets it down to third. That's a fair ball. Step on third for 1 over to first. Not in time. Nice scoop by Loper at first base. But Lindbergh beats it out. It's a fielder's choice. 1 out here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Caius Gargett. Left-handed shortstop is walked, hit a sacrifice fly, singled, walked again, and then walked again. So he's been on base a bunch. Has 1 official at bat. He's got a hit in that at bat. Takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the 8th. Swing and a miss. Matt Lawrence, 2023 graduate of Sutter High School. Third pitcher for the Nuts. He's got 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gargett. In the dirt, 2-2. Sable scoops it up. Potters on the road tomorrow, taking on Healdsburg in Healdsburg. Then they're back here on Thursday for the 4th of July game. That'll be a 6:05 game. Fireworks to follow. Check swing, ball 3. If you're in the Lincoln area, want to go to the Lincoln Parade, the Chamber of Commerce, the City of Lincoln puts it on. Willie Preston, your MC for the event. He'll get everybody going at 5th and some street. I don't remember what he said. Grounder to second base. Big hop going to be under the glove of the second baseman. Goes out to right field. Holding at third base is Small. Bases now are loaded. with just one out. And here's Tyler Antwine, who has struck out twice and flied to center. Then all of a sudden in the seventh, he got his second win, an RBI double. Then in the seventh again, and 2 RBI doubles. So he had 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in the seventh inning, and now he is up in the eighth. He will be known as the seventh inning man unless he can do something here. Tyler takes down low for a ball, 2-0. That one is in there for a strike. A lot of candidates for player of the game today. Not sure that we'll have an on-field interview because of the lateness of the hour, but we will announce our Old Town Pizza player of the game. Grounded foul down the left field line. Outside, ball 3. Small at third, Lindbergh at second, Gargett over at first. 3-2 pitch to Antwine. Swing and a miss. Got a good cut. Couldn't make contact, so he is out for the second out in the inning, and that will bring up Cole Dillon. Cole came on in the 6th inning to take over for Ricky Maya. Batted twice in the 7th and reached on an error by the third baseman both times. So that's a weird, twice in 1 inning, reaching on an error by the same player each time. You don't see that every day. Cole takes the strike, 0-1. Chopper down to third. He has it. Steps on third. That's the out, and that's the inning. Potters don't score. We go to the 9th inning. Potters lead it 19-9.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Top of the 9th inning here, and Russell Pettis, the new pitcher, making his 4th appearance of the season. 3 1/3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs. He has walked 2, he has struck out 3. And we have number 23, that is Connor Ovard, who's going to be the first hitter. So Connor is going to bat in Jake Dahl's spot here. He'll be followed by Kinzer Day and then Devin Robinson. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. We are not going to have an on-field interview or our player of the game. We will announce our player of the game. We'll go right into, after the last out, Riley, we'll go into our post game right away. Announce our player of the game and wrap it up and set up the rest of the week for you. Omar takes it right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pettis right at 91. He has been very impressive out of Cal State San Marcos. Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout. Andrew Ballantyne, actually the pitcher of record for the Potters tonight. Came on in the 4th inning. So he is in line to get the win. Here's Kinzer Day, who has walked, struck out, grounded out, walked, and singled. So he's been on base a couple of times, Kinzer. 1 for 3, has scored 2 runs in this one. Fastball on the inside corner for a strike. That went a little bit too high, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, 1-2. And it's called strike 3. So Pettis makes short work of the first 2 hitters he faces, and that'll bring up Devin Robinson, the shortstop. Devin came on in the 7th inning, got a base on balls for Cal Stevens. As we hit 11 o'clock, a reminder we'll be wrapping it up here after the 3rd out is recorded. That one is high for a ball. We will have an Old Town Pizza player of the game, though. We will mention our player of the game. That is high for a ball, 2-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Two and one. Another breaking ball, and that's also in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pettis on the 2-2 pitch. In there, call strike 3, and that's your ball game. Pettis, very impressive again. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. And the final score, your Lincoln Potters win it 19-9. They spotted 5 runs to the nuts in the top of the 1st inning and came back and won it 19-9. Our Potters postgame brought to you by the Friends of McBean. They're out there trying to raise money for a new scoreboard. There's the QR code. Scan that so you can donate, and please get us a new scoreboard. Our Old Town Pizza player of the game, not going to do an interview on the field, but it's Ricky Maya. Ricky coming out, getting his first base hit of the season. He got a 2-run single in the 5th inning. It was followed by a Peyton Brennan 3-run home run. Those 5 runs busted it open after 2 were outs in the 5th, and the Potters ran on to a 19-9 win. So Ricky was 1 for 2, had 3 runs batted in, got his first hit of the season, and so we give Ricky our Old Town Pizza player of the game. A reminder, the Potters are off to Healdsburg tomorrow, so it's a road game taking on the Prune Packers. Then back here on Thursday, that's a 4th of July game at 6:05 first pitch. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the California Tigers are in town. 7:35 is the start time for each one of those games. Go to LincolnPotters.com and get your ticket information. Another reminder, Willie Preston and I will be out there tomorrow. If you're local in Lincoln, you want to come out to the parade, Willie will be starting us off in 5th Street, and I'll be over at 6th and F or something like that. I'm kind of like the secondary guy for people who can't hear the first guy. I'm out there for the second guy. Looking forward to that. That is on Thursday at 9 a.m. For Mark the Phantom Low, for Riley the Engineer, Willie Preston, Carson, and Jason the interns, we say thank you very much for watching. We'll talk to you next time.